7 TV's Dee Sun has details.
The leak was first discovered in the Everett area 2 weeks ago. In a statement shared with us, BP says the leak was confirmed in the 20-inch pipeline just east of Everett, and now crews can develop a repair plan. There were no indications of a leak in the adjacent 16-inch pipeline. The company is also planning for a partial restart of that pipeline, but there's no timeline yet. This would be a big relief for travelers because the pipeline delivers jet fuel to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, and it has already led to flight disruptions, especially on those long-haul flights.
In Everett, a woman is recovering in the hospital after a car crashed into her home on Monday. It happened around noon near 18th Avenue West and 97th Place Southwest. This witness says,
"It's lucky nobody else was hurt. Lucky school wasn't out. We have lots of traffic here."
The woman was hit by flying debris while sitting on the couch with her 4-year-old son. The boy was not hurt. A suspect accused of throwing a piece of concrete onto I-705, hitting an SUV in Pierce County, now faces attempted murder and assault charges. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports the family of the victim says he may lose an eye.
State Patrol says they got multiple calls Saturday night of a man acting erratically on the side of the highway over here, carrying that large piece of concrete and threatening drivers. After he threw it, troopers were able to locate him not far from the scene in downtown Tacoma.
The 64-year-old victim was a passenger in the SUV. The driver was not injured. Residents in South Park have been reporting a mysterious strong sulfur smell in their neighborhood for weeks. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has details.
Rob lives right across the street from Gypsum to Gypsum Recycling and tells me, yes, it smelled bad.
Like rotten eggs. I didn't know if it was like a leak, so I alerted a couple neighbors.
The Puget Sound Clean Air Agency received more than 110 complaints, they say, people describing odors like rotten eggs, sulfur, or natural gas. Investigators traced the smell back to the recycling facility, which had been removing an old pile of gypsum. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The gas, identified as hydrogen sulfide, can irritate eyes and throats at low levels and be dangerous at higher concentrations. The Washington State Supreme Court is about to have a new justice. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports.
Governor Bob Ferguson announced his first appointment to the state's high court, Colleen Melody, who heads up the Civil Rights Division in the state attorney general's office. Melody says out of all her experiences, she feels most fortunate for the time she had with her colleagues there.
They work tirelessly every day to protect and uphold the dignity of their neighbors, and it's work that I will miss doing alongside them.
Melody will replace Mary Yu, who is stepping down at the end of this year. Her term runs until the end of 2028, so next year, voters will decide who will serve out the rest of it. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
A Snohomish County Sheriff's Sergeant didn't need force, just a dog. Body cam video shows 2 suspects quickly obeying after the sergeant mentioned his canine.
Lay down on the ground. I have a police dog. I will send him after you. I know you're driving. Lay down on the ground.
And they did. The sheriff's office says they just abandoned a truck. One man was arrested for stolen property and drugs. Boeing's next trip to space will not include astronauts. KIRO 7 TV's Monique Manlavin reports.
NASA and Boeing agreeing to keep astronauts off the next Starliner mission after stranding 2 astronauts for several months last year. There were thruster issues on their capsule, so the ship came back unmanned. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams were left at the International Space Station. Now, in a statement, NASA crew program manager Steve Stitch wrote, quote, NASA and Boeing are continuing to rigorously test the Starliner propulsion system in preparation for 2 potential flights next year.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic this morning, Everett to Seattle about 28 minutes right now, Linwood to Seattle about 18 minutes, and Federal to Seattle about 35 minutes. And for your forecast, we've got some clouds this morning. It'll be mostly cloudy with peaks of sunshine later today. Highs will be close to 50. Right now, it's about 39 in downtown Seattle. And coming up, CBS's correspondent Nancy Cordes reports on one of the oddest meetings of the year. President Trump met on Friday with New York City Mayor-elect Zohan Mamdani, and it did not go as expected. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What a morning, huh?
Yeah.
I
got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
One day, the words on the page blur. You hold the menu a little farther away. It's subtle until it's not. At Near and Far Vision Partners, we help you see clearly, near, far, and in between. Expert surgeons, advanced technology, sharper focus for every moment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at nearandfarvision.com or call 425-900-2414. Near and Far Vision Partners in Bothell.
Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for children in foster care and youth statewide. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more. Seattle's morning news. Always live, always connected. Stream, watch, subscribe, and share at mynorthwest.com.
Well, we're not sure what we expected, but it was certainly some fodder for some headlines when President Trump met with the mayor-elect of New York City, Zoran Mamdani, in the Oval Office on Friday.
Well, let's get the latest from CBS Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes. Nancy, you were at the White House, not in the room, but you were there. Is this what you expected to see?
Not at all. In fact, I think a lot of people, certainly lots of New Yorkers, lots of Washingtonians expected that this was going to kind of be a slugfest between the president and Mamdani because they had been trading accusations for months. You know, Trump was calling Mamdani a communist. He was threatening to withdraw funding from New York City if Mamdani got elected. Mamdani was calling him an authoritarian, even a fascist. And so, everyone was wondering exactly how this was going to go. So when they ushered the press in and suddenly the president was there shaking Mamdani's hand and saying, I think he's going to do a great job as mayor and I'm going to be working for him, not against him. It was really eye-opening. And as the event went on, everyone thought, well, maybe, some cracks will start to show, but they did not. In fact, at one point when Mamdani was asked about one of his past critical comments about the president, he sort of hesitated, and President Trump said, no, that's okay. You can admit you said that about me. I've been called a lot worse.
And so where does this leave us in terms of the relation between these two leaders? It does sound like it was a productive meeting.
It does. Now, President Trump has been known to change his mind about people before. So it's entirely possible that this honeymoon phase will not last. But for now, they have a few key things in common, most notably that they are both New Yorkers, and President Trump feels very strongly about New York. So that was certainly something that may have bonded the two of them together. We know that they talked about New York. We know that the president cares about how New York does, wants to see it working well. And Mamdani's a winner, and President Trump likes winners. And certainly it appears that Mamdani managed to charm him in the room, in the Oval Office. Now, the first time that there's some kind of clash over, let's say, immigration raids, that's something that we know that they disagree about strongly, or about taxes, another big issue that divides them. Let's see what happens then.
You mentioned Love Fest. Did anything substantial come out of this meeting? Were there goals?
Well, I think the number one reason that Mamdani went down to Washington and into the lion's den to meet with Trump was because he was concerned about some of these threats that President Trump made to pull federal funding from New York if Mamdani got elected. That would obviously make it a lot more difficult for Mamdani to succeed. And President Trump has already halted a major infrastructure project between New Jersey and New York that would have meant a lot of jobs, especially for New Jersey. So, he was looking to kind of preempt that. So it appears that for now he's been successful, and President Trump made it clear he wants Mamdani to do well. And so that was one big achievement. The other big achievement really may have been for Mamdani's party writ large, because Republicans have made it very clear that they kind of wanted to make him the face of the Democratic Party. Say, look, here's this far left guy, this Democratic socialist. He's really where the Democratic Party is right now, and kind of run on that in 2026. And President Trump, in his comments, really put a wrinkle in those plans by speaking so highly of him, saying, I actually think he's very rational, he's a great guy. That makes it a lot more difficult for Republicans to turn him into the Democratic boogeyman that they wanted to.
And we have a newly elected socialist mayor here in Seattle. Does this change the dynamic, I suppose? President Trump has been pretty outspoken about his contempt for socialism, yet here he is chumming it up with Mamdani in the Oval Office.
Yeah, and I think that one of the biggest issues was President Trump and other Republicans looking to label Mamdani not just as a democratic socialist, but as a communist. That was something that was not great for Mamdani. Probably wouldn't be great for any politician. So if their newfound friendship leads President Trump to stop saying that, then that would probably be a win for not just Mamdani, but anyone who considers themselves a democratic socialist.
Well, CBS's Nancy Cordes, we have a lot of people who drive to work and listen to this show, and I think you've caused many accidents by your understatement of perhaps the decade when you said President Trump sometimes changes his opinion on people.
Sometimes, we all have a change of heart from time to time.
And you said it with a straight face. Well done.
Nancy Cordes from the White House. Thank you, Nancy.
You got it.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast this morning, we got some light clouds right now. We'll have some more partly cloudy skies with peaks of sunshine this afternoon. Highs will be close to 50. Right now, it's about 39 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, G. Scott breaks down Sunday's Seahawk win. It was a historic game for the player G calls the best in the world. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. Catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, and more. You've got two great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season. Or go with a flex membership and choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh!
Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Trees that twinkle, Santa smiles, and the stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only at University of Puget Sound's Tennis Pavilion for joy, wonder, and a chance to support your local children's hospital. Visit festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
She and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skills backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Mid-year at Leathers, Washington's most exciting home furnishings resource. Leathers' tariff-free sale is going on now. Hundreds of pieces of gorgeous furniture will be sold at pre-tariff and below prices. Save hundreds to thousands of dollars. Over $1 million of inventory. In stock and ready for the holidays. 40 to 70% off on bedroom, living room, dining room, wood, fabric, and leather. These crazy tariffs are not going away, but these almost liquidation prices are. So don't putz around. Hurry into Leather's tariff-free sale in Issaquah now.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For them, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Ukraine has agreed to a peace proposal with only minor details to settle, but so far officials say there's no word yet from Russia. CBS's Holly Williams reports.
A senior Ukrainian official posted on social media this morning that the U.S. and Ukraine have reached a, quote, common understanding on the core terms of the agreement. Now, we don't have any details on what that agreement is, but we do have a very good sense on what the sticking points were. President Trump's original 28-point peace plan, which we became aware of last week, required that Ukraine hand over swaths of territory permanently to Russia, that it reduce the size of its military, and it also said that Ukraine would be barred from joining NATO.
There is new fallout from a video released by a group of Democrats reminding members of the military they should refuse to obey illegal orders. The Pentagon says it's investigating Arizona Senator Mark Kelly to see if he should be punished for misconduct. CBS's Nancy Cordes has more.
The Pentagon says this 1.5-minute video could get a sitting senator court-martialed for interfering with the morale, good order, and discipline of U.S. troops.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
The video caught the president's attention on Thursday. He called it seditious behavior punishable by death and has been posting about it ever since.
New this morning, BP says it's identified the source of the leak in the Olympic pipeline east of Everett, which has been shut down for more than a week. The pipeline is responsible for delivering fuel to SeaTac Airport, which has caused disruptions with long-haul flights needing to refuel at nearby airports. BP says it'll be operating the 400-mile pipeline, and it's developing plans for a partial restart. Meanwhile, a dirt biker we're hearing from says that he fell nearly 200 feet down a cliff east of Wilkinson. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomi has more.
Anthony Harris took one wrong step last Friday and the ground disappeared.
Within a moment's notice, I was flying down this cliff. I had no way to grab anything. There was nothing to brace onto, so I was just going down.
He'd just hopped off his dirt bike near Mount Rainier, helmet off, taking in the view, grabbing a drink of water.
Fell from underneath him.
Body cam video showing his friend alerting authorities. Search and rescue rigged high-angle ropes to pull him up the hillside.
And we're learning house fires are a bigger risk on Thanksgiving Day than you might think. And as KIRO News Radio's Heather Bosch reports, most will start in the kitchen.
The National Fire Protection Association says more home cooking fires spark on Thanksgiving in the U.S. than any other day of the year. The flames usually erupting from food left cooking unattended. State Farm says losses from an average cooking fire total more than $73,000. The advice? Don't leave the kitchen if you're cooking on the stove or the house if you're cooking in the oven. Keep flammable items like towels, oven mitts, wooden utensils, food wrappers at least 3 feet away from your cooking area. Keep a fire extinguisher in your kitchen and learn how to use it before you're faced with flames. Heather Bosch, KIRO News Radio.
Conservation officers are using a helicopter with thermal imaging and adding cameras to trails to find the grizzly bear that attacked 20 students and teachers in British Columbia. Sergeant Jeff Tyree tells CBC News.
A lot of work goes into these, and these can be lengthy. The bears don't necessarily cooperate, but we're doing everything we can.
Authorities now think it was a mother grizzly bear with 2 cubs that attacked the group in Bellacoola, a remote area on the BC Central Coast. 3 students and a teacher remain hospitalized. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Right now, Marysville to Seattle about 35, Federal Way to Seattle about 30 minutes, Everett to Bellevue about 18 right now. And for your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Tuesday, we've got some partial cloudy skies. Expect peaks of sunshine later today. Right now, it's about 39 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on mynorthwest.com.
Well, we know what that music means. Joining us from the G. and Ursula Show and, of course, the Reset Podcast, G. Scott is here. Whew. Anybody want to talk about?
You have a little barbecue sauce right there in the corner of your mouth.
Hey.
Welcome to the eating season.
Shout out to my boy Charles Davis. C. Davis Barbecue came and plugged us this morning with some pecan jerk chicken with some ribs. I almost didn't make it, y'all. I was in there I was cool. I was staying away. The smell got me.
It's killing me.
But the smell got me out there, but the lights got me in here. Finally. We got light, baby. That's right. Here on SME. Oh, man, do I look good?
That's why we're all wearing sunglasses.
All right. Seahawks won, and I'm glad they won. There's this old saying that if you wrestle with a pig and you win, no matter what, you still get dirty, right? Sometimes it is just hard to play against. I don't want to call the Tennessee Titans lower competition, but they're absolutely cheeks. The Titans are not a good football team. However, it was a football team that just wouldn't go away. It's that little pesky brother in your family or little cousin that just keeps, or that little dog that somebody keeps yapping all the time and you want to shut that damn dog up. That was the Tennessee Titans. They just wouldn't go away, right? And I'm glad the Seahawks got out of there. Hopefully not too much on the injury front, but the Tennessee Titans aren't a good football team. So that means right now the Seahawks are 8-3 going into Thanksgiving week. This is awesome. They get the Vikings on Sunday. Historic day happened yesterday. I've been telling y'all.
How about your boy?
He's the best in the world. JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He broke record yesterday. No Seahawk has had as many receiving yards in the seasons as JSN. My man did it in 11 games, y'all. 11 games he surpassed DK Metcalf. And is it possible? Is it possible? Can he get to 2,000? So that's really cool. As a matter of fact, this weekend, on Thursday, I'm going to see Calvin Johnson, who actually had 1,900 yards in a season. I'm trying to prepare how I want to say to him, hey, my man, are you ready for that record to be taken down? So I can't wait to do that.
When you watch the game, it must have been a different experience listening to the game because Steve Rabel, he basically called it right before JSN started exploding. He noted for the entire audience, we haven't seen him all game, and basically the very next play, all of a sudden, there he is, scoring a touchdown. People who watch the Seahawks just know that they're not ignoring JSN. Like, they're using him, and once they start using him, they're just going to hammer the opponent over the head with him.
One of the reasons why I stood out, now granted, when I said he was the best wide receiver in the league, I actually meant that. Did I know that this was going to happen like this? No, I did not predict that. But I do believe he's the best. And one of the reasons why I believe he's the best is because of his insane work ethic. And that's one of the things that I want to sit down and talk to him about. So I want people to know, like, the things that he does to continue. Most people that good, if you're good at something, most of the time you're like, oh, well, I'm good at it. I'm probably better than everybody else at it. So I can just walk in and just do whatever and turn it on. Not JSN. His work ethic before a game is actually pretty intense. So the things that he does, the repetitions that he does, the amount of balls that he catches before games, during the week, or when he's just sitting down there hanging out, eating,
guarding the desk,
watching TV, guarding the desk like Charlie does. He'll go outside in the backyard and get on the jug machine and just have conversations and just.
Is he being double teamed during games? Because I can't imagine, as a defensive coordinator, why would you not be double, triple teaming him? Because he's beating you every time.
Well, because what John Schneider just recently did, bring in Rashid Shaheed into this. I told you all before, defenses have to stay honest. Sure, you might kind of go and nudge your way towards JSN, but this is the NFL. You can't just, hey, I'm going to double team JSN. You do know Cooper Kupp is right there, right? Like, are you just going to let Cooper Kupp just get a free touchdown? So you can't have that. Are you going to let Rashid Shaheed get that free touchdown? Hey, linebackers, are you going to stay honest and watch out for the run game in K9? So, anyways.
All right. G and Ursula, 9 to noon.
Yeah. Well, you can't. Wait a minute. You can't kick me out with sunglasses on.
I can't take them off because I'm staring at the sunshine.
And we head to
retinas.
the traffic desk with Chris Sullivan.
You may be excused. I'm following because I want some of your barbecue.
Oh.
Thank you.
Coming up, we'll have national headlines. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
The Seahawks got it done on the road.
Gonna let it fly. Got a man, JSN. Makes the catch.
Bouncing back.
For a touchdown. Seahawks.
We always just put the mission over anything else, no matter what it is, man. We try to get that W.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Holy catfish.
Happy for JSN. He's doing an incredible job. Brings it every day.
But every opportunity he has to make a play, he's doing that.
It's just hard to guard him, bro. Like, he's just so efficient at what he do.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear-out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So, how many chickens do you think there are on the farm?
3,000?
What do you think chickens eat?
Grass.
What else?
Seed.
So, do you know what organic eggs are?
The ones that you put in brownies?
Yes, the ones you put in brownies.
We hope you choose fresh eggs from our family farm.
Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
CBS News Brief in the northern suburbs of Houston. A tornado damaged more than 100 homes, including this man's, in spring.
The wind did not give us any mercy. It just, the damage is everywhere.
No one was seriously injured. U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll met with Russian officials in Abu Dhabi today to discuss President Trump's peace proposal. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The president's been putting a lot of pressure on both leaders for this entire time. We've been talking with both sides. He's been talking to both leaders directly for 10 months now. So, yes, you can expect that pressure to continue.
Former FBI Director James Comey says he's grateful a federal judge has ordered the criminal charges against him be dropped.
I know that Donald Trump will probably come after me again. And my attitude's going to be the same. I'm innocent. I am not afraid.
The Justice Department Attorney General Pam Bondi says they plan to appeal the judge's ruling. CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Wallace.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Tuesday morning, we should expect some mountain snow later today, but we'll have cloudy temperatures with highs in the 50s. Right now, it's about 39 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, Crime and Punishment, our check-in with Casey McNerthy at the King County Prosecutor's Office. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Well, holiday season is approaching, and this year we're actually hosting at the Salk House, Thanksgiving no less. I think we have the cooking covered, turkey, stuffing, maybe even going to try some homemade applesauce. But what about the atmosphere? The house has to be warm enough, the winter cold coming in, and that's why you make sure you have a properly insulated home from Crawl Pros. They came to my house, checked my attic and crawl space, found a little issue with the insulation, and they got everything fixed. If your home has damaged insulation, if your home has no insulation in the attic or crawl space, get it fixed before the cold weather really comes. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% to properly insulate your crawl space and attic. Plus, if you want to combine your local rebates with federal tax credits, you gotta act now. Federal tax credits are set to expire at the end of this year. If you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, plumbing issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This year, make comfort the first gift during the Black Friday sale at Home Comfort Alliance. Through December 1st, call to get savings up to 75% off furnaces, air conditioners, backup generators, EV chargers, water heaters, and more. If your system's over 12 years old, upgrade now before it breaks and save. And remember to schedule your consultation before December 1st and save up to 75% and take 18 months to pay off 0% financing OAC. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show. Seattle's morning news on KIRO Newsradio.
It's time for our Crime and Punishment segment. We're joined by Casey McNerthy from the King County Prosecutor's Office.
Casey, good morning. This morning we're going to start with an Auburn indecent exposure case. What can you tell us?
Yeah, this is a case that happened not too long ago where there was a young woman who was working at an espresso stand. There was a guy who got a little too friendly. Or a lot too friendly.
Ew.
And yeah, really, and this makes a good news headline, but a pretty terrible experience if you're the barista, who said that she was really worried. And, she said that in her words, she was freaked out and felt really unsafe, which is understandable. The good news is that Auburn police were there right away. And this kind of exposure case could be a misdemeanor, but if you have a history of doing it before, then it's a felony, then it comes to us, and there's all kinds of problems.
And this is a guy who had experience doing this before, so he should have known better, and it just continues to escalate. You see that happen a lot, I'm sure, in your office.
Yeah. And it's really concerning when you see that repeat behavior, too, because that can sometimes escalate to more frightening things. Not that this isn't frightening on its own, but we're really thankful that Auburn police were there right away.
What's become of him now?
So he'll be in court this morning to enter a plea. He's been in the slammer ever since he was picked up just over a week ago by Auburn PD.
So that was an indecent exposure case. There's also just a straight-up robbery. Tell us what happened in Kent.
Yeah, so this guy pulled a gun on an espresso stand worker, and it was terrifying for her. She told police that she believed that she was going to die, and he got $160 and then got picked up by Kent police, who did a good job of finding him not too long after that. In the same clothes, they said that he had during the armed robbery. You know, now he's facing a felony count because that's just such a terrifying crime. And I don't know what people are thinking when they allegedly commit a crime like that. I mean, $160, like you're not going to get that much money, even in a perfect case scenario.
She was not hurt physically, right?
No, she wasn't, which is good news. You know, I'm not sure that you ever really get over that.
Casey, this speaks to how more and more businesses, A, are not using cash as their primary currency, but also B, you have a lot of video cameras that are everywhere, and it's not worth it.
No, it's definitely not worth it. You know, I think a lot of people think of, you know, even bank robberies, you only get a few $100 now. There's this idea that you will get away with a ton of money, but you're right. People don't have cash, and it feels like they're becoming bolder than they were before, not caring about cameras, but that just ends up being great evidence for police and ultimately for prosecutors.
Well, we're talking about these kinds of cases. Another one in court this morning is someone who hit up a GameStop near South Center.
Yeah, this is another case that hasn't made the news until now, but the guy had a fake gun that looked very real for the GameStop employee near South Center there. This guy got just under $600, which, again, the same kind of thing that we're talking about. Definitely not worth it. But they also slipped him a GPS tracker, and he didn't know it, but police did. And so they tracked him to an apartment in Tukwila, and now he's facing a first-degree robbery charge and also attempting to elude charge, you know, which really goes to just like, you never know what you're going to get. $600 certainly isn't worth it, but also got that tracker that was really helpful.
How did they do that? That's good thinking right there, right?
It really is. I would guess that they probably have it stacked in the bills already, because I'm not sure if I was the employee, I would want to risk that.
You'd be rattled.
You know, yeah, absolutely. But they got it in there, and you know, right away that the cops were on him.
And so now he faces years and years and years in prison for $600.
At least potentially, yeah. I mean, that's just not a wise thing to do.
We also have a lot of stuff coming up this week. You are taking a look at your third quarter report. What is this, and what is it showing?
So every time that there's a shot that's reported in King County, if there's someone who's hit and killed or hit and wounded or just the report of a shooting, there's a senior deputy prosecutor who reviews every one of those, and also a data analyst who looks at that too. The good news is it looks like the numbers continue to go down, but we'll have that final report sometime before Thanksgiving, and so we'll make sure to keep you posted here.
All right, Charlie, do we have time to wrap this up on a Monday with some good news?
I would love that.
All right, Casey, take it away.
So every year there's Adoption Day in King County Superior Court, and it's just as great as it sounds. And that's handled, Superior Court is separate from the prosecutor's office, and the judges and their staff are the ones who deserve the credit for this. But it's such a great event. And in the state, there's more than 700 kids that are waiting for forever homes through the foster program. And on Friday, there were those adoptions that happened. And as one Superior Court judge said, it's the happiest day all year in Superior Court. Here's a clip from King County TV about the adoption of three brothers.
We were given an option either to take one of them or to take two of them. And we said, no, we want three of them.
We wanted them to be together. Having three African-American boys and having a role model that they can look up to and someone with a big heart as my husband, it really made a difference.
Every child needs an opportunity.
Every journey is not going to look the same, but just knowing that you made a difference in someone's life whose life would have turned out very differently, it makes me happy. You just have no idea how big your heart is until you open it up.
So that is Shiku and Steve. They adopted a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 12-year-old. What special people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, way better people than me, really. And there's a lot of folks like that, and it's encouraging to see it. If you need a pick-me-up during your day, King County Television will have a video soon of the whole event. It'll really make your day.
That is awesome. Thanks so much. Casey McNerthy with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, you could be driving through snow in the mountains today. There's a winter weather advisory starting at 10 o'clock. Expect rain this afternoon with some peaks of sunshine. Highs will be close to 50. Right now, it's a little chilly, 39 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, more of the day's top stories here on Seattle's Morning News. I'm Katrina Kashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
The Jake and Spike Show.
My mother was a horrible cook, by the way. I love her. Love her all the live long day.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
God love her, but she was a terrible cook.
What do you think about why couldn't she cook?
I don't know.
She just didn't love you enough?
I'll tell you why she couldn't cook.
Yeah.
She was a victim of her era. She was the modern mom. They had to work, right? Both parents worked.
Yeah.
Easy convenience, TV dinners, whatnots.
Where do I put the helper?
Yeah, I'm not. I wish I was kidding.
Mama's secret
Mom,
ingredient.
I love you. And, I love her. I still love her. Just I talk to her every day.
Watch the Jake and Spike Show live on YouTube. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or AdvancedHair.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
What burning questions do you have? You can help drive the conversation by going to mynorthwest.com or text Choke Points to 888-973-5476.
Tuesdays and Thursdays on Seattle's Morning News.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
It's Subaru season, and now is the time to upgrade. During the Share the Love event, Subaru will donate $350 to charity for every new vehicle purchased. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Eggland's Best.
I'm Michael Wallace. Ukraine has agreed to a revised version of the peace proposal brokered by the Trump administration to stop the war with Russia. CBS's Holly Williams says Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has weighed in.
Last night, in an address to the nation, he said that changes had been made to that plan and it could become workable. Now, we cannot confirm those changes, but there's reporting that it could remove the veto on NATO membership for Ukraine, that it could include security guarantees for Ukraine, and that it may not restrict the size of Ukraine's military.
Zelensky may travel to Washington this week to sign the deal. There's been no official response from Russia. They're assessing the damage in the Houston area after yesterday's tornado. No one was seriously injured, but more than 100 homes were hit. CBS's Karen Hua is in Spring, Texas.
The storm may be over, but the cleanup is just beginning here. Piles of fallen trees and debris behind me, which is what much of this neighborhood in Spring looks like. And while residents say they did get several warnings ahead of this quick storm, it was far more intense than they thought it would be.
More Thanksgiving travelers are hitting the road today. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
The FAA says today will actually be its busiest day as far as scheduled flights go. About 250 of those will be United flights leaving here at Dulles. Crews working around the clock to make sure they get out on time and also watching the weather.
There's snow falling in the northern plain states today and rain in the Midwest and Southeast. Authorities in Paris have arrested 4 more suspects in last month's jewel heist at the Louvre. The 2 men and 2 women were taken into custody today. The loot, worth $102 million, has not been recovered. Authorities in New York have busted a gang of sophisticated porch pirates on Long Island. CBS's Jared Ocheter.
Seems like the thieves were targeting electronics and cell phones. 14 people face felony charges. In terms of a dollar amount, they found at least $100,000 in a stash house, but we don't have the exact dollar amount for everything that has been taken.
Prosecutors say the suspects got information from insiders at FedEx to track the packages. An annual White House tradition returns today.
Drumstick, you are hereby pardoned.
CBS's Ed O'Keefe says 2 turkeys will be spared today.
President Trump is set to participate in the pardoning of Gobble and Waddle. They were raised by farmer Travis Pittman from Wayne County, North Carolina, who typically raises flocks of at least 19,000 on his farm for Butterball, the nation's largest turkey producer.
Gobble and Waddle will live out their days at the Department of Poultry Science at North Carolina State University. This is CBS News.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Oh, you could send Gobble and Waddle to Sully for to enjoy the rest of their days on your dinner table, right?
Yeah, it's possible. Or I might just work them out a little bit, have them lose a little weight.
Okay.
And then, see what's... they've been pardoned. I'm not going to eat them. That would seem bad. I'm not going to eat a pardoned turkey.
I would.
Monster.
traffic time at 6:03.
It's actually, as you might expect, a lot lighter on this Tuesday morning. It's even lighter than it was yesterday at this point. The one spot that we do have to worry about, of course, is getting through Pacific on northbound 167. We have a pretty sizable backup there. Got about a 50-minute trip from Puyallup to Renton, and that 20-minute delay is just right there. Once you get through that, it's a pretty good drive the rest of the way on up. Then after that, we've got a Renton to Bellevue drive of about 15 minutes. Olympia to Tacoma's got no issues, and then Tacoma to Federal Way has a few extra cars heading up the hill. Again, that's our reality getting away from 167, but only 20 minutes to Federal Way. Federal Way to Seattle's 35 minutes out of the north end, nice and quiet. 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Thanks for joining us. It's 6:04. We go to Pierce County, where a man suffered serious injuries after another man hurled a piece of concrete at an SUV. This happened on Saturday night.
KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports the victim's family was in court where a suspect faced a judge yesterday.
And they tell me that this man's injuries are so bad that he may lose an eye. And we've been told by Washington State Patrol it was right over here off of I-705 southbound. Piece of concrete is about the size of a basketball, maybe bigger, which is no surprise just how much damage this did to the car and the injuries this man suffered.
KIRO 7 TV reports the suspect faces attempted murder and assault charges. It's now 6:05. Let's go to SeaTac Airport. That's where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey as we get busy and ready for some serious travel. Luke, what are you seeing right now?
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Smooth sailing is what I'm seeing outside Checkpoint 4 here at SeaTac. The lines are pretty short and pretty quick this morning so far. TSA expects the crowds, though, will start to pick up today. The busiest travel day, if you're flying, will be Sunday by far, with everyone trying to get back home. Hey, here's some tips from TSA they want you to know about before you come to the airport and make your trip even smoother. Have a valid ID ready, like a real ID or a passport especially. Pack smart and listen to TSA instructions at the security checkpoint. Enroll in TSA PreCheck, which I think is kind of funny because if you haven't done that already, there's no way you're going to get that done in time for Thanksgiving, maybe not even Christmas either. It's a pretty long process, but that's a great tip. It's really easy to get through and PreCheck. Hey, I've been asking folks here at the airport, what's the best and what are the worst things about traveling during the holidays? This is Lasana's favorite thing about traveling during the holidays.
Just the excitement of getting to your destination and being able to meet with family and celebrate.
Yeah, I love that answer. And here's the worst thing.
Just the excitement of getting to your destination and being able to meet with family and celebrate.
I think we had the wrong soundbite loaded there.
That's not the worst thing.
Equally good, and equally bad. We can move on. We can move on because I also want to talk about traveling. Most of the traveling, of course, 90% of people traveling this Thanksgiving are going to be driving. AAA projects 73 million people will travel by car more than 50 miles away from their home. 1 million more drivers than last year. Some driving tips. According to INREX, best time to drive if you're heading out for the holidays before noon today and before 11 a.m. tomorrow. The most congested route this week in our area is going to be I-5 northbound anywhere between Seattle and Bellingham. Now, let's pivot a little bit. I've been warned by someone in the booth, I'm not going to name names, that if I use the words pack your patience this morning, which I already have.
Oh, come on, Luke.
No, I know, hold on. They're going to steal something from my desk as a penalty. So what I did was I asked AI for some alternative phrases.
Oh.
Folks, brace yourself for chaos like it's a group project and no one's done the reading. I think that says it all.
Too many words.
Safe, back to you.
And Luke, watch the TV news tonight and see how many of the news anchors will say, pack your patience. It will blow your mind.
Make it a holiday drinking game. Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
All right, Luke. Thank you.
6:07 on Seattle's Morning News.
Well, as families prepare for Thanksgiving road trips, drivers may feel a pinch at the pump.
Here's
Another
KIRO 7.
cliche?
Yeah.
KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon explains.
Right now, the average for a gallon of regular in Washington is $4.18. Snohomish County, slightly higher than that. A big jump for King County, $4.55 right there. And Pierce County, it's $4.24. If you're leaving Washington, filling up in Oregon will cost you $3.81 a gallon. Idaho, it's even cheaper, a bargain there, $3.27. And nationwide, the average is $3.05.
Gas Buddy reports 4 stations in the Oklahoma City area are selling regular unleaded for $1.99. These aren't temporary promotions. They are regular prices.
And if you're driving on Highway 167 late tomorrow night, expect a major closure. Crews will be installing a new 60-foot concrete girder on the damaged bridge in Pacific. All northbound lanes will be shut down between Stewart and Ellingson. The closure starts at 11 at night and lasts until 5 Thursday morning. That's Thanksgiving. The work is part of those ongoing repairs that should, they say, still wrap up sometime in January.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's morning news on KIRO Newsradio.
And we're off. Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 25th. Christmas is 1 month away.
How's your shopping going for that, by the way?
It hasn't started yet.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's okay. Well, I'll be fine. Plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Nothing to see here. Chris Sullivan is here checking traffic for us.
Yeah, I've got my shopping well underway.
Good job.
Plus, I've got a birthday coming up, not mine, but a family birthday right before Christmas, so I'm taking care of things.
You are a thoughtful man.
I try to be.
Well, I hope everybody has their turkeys in the refrigerator by this point. I don't think you have time to defrost it if you haven't gotten that started.
No.
Now, Turkey Day is 2 days away. And this hour of Seattle's Morning News, sponsored by American Crawl Space and Pest Control.
Well, East Side drivers, brace yourselves. The new 405 express lanes now delayed 18 months. Why the project is stalled and what it means for your commute. Sully will have details for you coming up in a choke point.
A federal judge also has thrown out criminal cases against James Comey and make that current New York Attorney General Letitia James. We'll speak with the New York Times' David Farenthold about it.
It's now 6:10. The state Supreme Court is about to have a new justice, as we hear from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Governor Bob Ferguson announced his first appointment to the state's high court, Colleen Melody, who heads up the Civil Rights Division in the state Attorney General's office. Melody says out of all her experiences, she feels most fortunate for the time she had with her colleagues there.
They work tirelessly every day to protect and uphold the dignity of their neighbors, and it's work that I will miss doing alongside them.
Melody will replace Mary Yu, who is stepping down at the end of this year. Her term runs until the end of 2028, so next year, voters will decide who will serve out the rest of it. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Renton police say they've busted a prolific 18-year-old suspected car thief. The investigation involves at least 5 police agencies. They arrested the teen at his home in Tacoma earlier this month. They say he cloned key fobs to steal newer vehicles and that he posted video of himself doing it. He's also accused of using a victim's credit card and stealing guns.
A sharp-eyed deputy uncovered an illegal camp and a pile of stolen cars. This happened earlier this month along Maple Valley Highway east of Renton. The sheriff's office says the deputy noticed muddy tracks leading up a hillside. When he climbed up, he found 8 vehicles stashed in the woods. According to Como TV, 6 were stolen and have been returned to their owners. The other 2 might be stolen as well. Investigators say the camp was not authorized.
House fires, a big risk on Thanksgiving Day. And as KIRO News Radio's Heather Bosch reports, most will start in the kitchen.
The National Fire Protection Association says more home cooking fires spark on Thanksgiving in the U.S. than any other day of the year. The flames usually erupting from food left cooking unattended. State Farm says losses from an average cooking fire total more than $73,000. The advice? Don't leave the kitchen if you're cooking on the stove or the house if you're cooking in the oven. Keep flammable items like towels, oven mitts, wooden utensils, food wrappers at least 3 feet away from your cooking area. Keep a fire extinguisher in your kitchen and learn how to use it before you're faced with flames. Heather Bosch, KIRO News Radio.
It's now 6:12, and that's time for a check on the weather as we get ready for the holiday, brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Nick Allard of KIRO 7 is with us. It's about to get interesting, Nick.
It is. That's why we've made it a pinpoint alert day today, because really what we're talking about is calm conditions now, but rain will pick up this morning a little bit later, especially after about 8 to 9 a.m., and then it's going to be widespread pretty much the entire day. That's one thing. But snow levels are going to be around, say, 2,500 feet to start, and then upwards of 3,500 feet tonight. All of that said, I think we're going to see some pretty good snow in the mountains. Probably around 3 to 6 inches for Snoqualmie Pass, with rain mixing in late in the day, and then eventually maybe even some areas with some freezing rain just for Snoqualmie Pass. And that's liquid that falls on something at or below freezing and turns to ice. So please be careful there. I do think, again, you're going to see accumulating snow, probably around 4 to 8 for Stevens, probably about the same for White Pass in that 3 to 8 inch range. So snow is coming, but by tonight, even after midnight, the snow level is going to be 5,000 feet, and then it just all turns to rain. And then tomorrow is dry, at least mainly, and then one more system tomorrow night into early Thursday with high snow levels, and then just showers on Thanksgiving Day. But then check it out, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, dry, not a problem.
So it's just the issue getting over the mountains right about now if you're headed out early.
I would say go now, no problems. Go mid-morning, no problems. Go early afternoon, just starting to have some snow, and then go in the afternoon and evening, and it be snowing. So just the earlier you can go, the better.
Sounds good. Thank you. Right now in Seattle, we have cloudy skies. It's 42.
And we be driving with Sully as he checks the traffic for us.
And I just, to follow up on Nick, I just checked the passes at this point, and right now, Stevens Pass has traction tires advised, but no restrictions over White or Snoqualmie as of yet, but I'll be watching that pretty closely. Looks like we might have a new crash to tell you about, or maybe two. These just kind of popped up on the board while I was looking at the passes. They're both kind of in the Tacoma-Fife area, one northbound right after the Puyallup River Bridge, and another one just north of Porter Way. So I'm going to have more for you on those in 10 minutes after my choke point. But we're definitely looking at about 25 minutes to get you up to Federal Way. And then Federal Way to Seattle's running about 40. The other spot on the map that's heavy is northbound 4167 getting into and through Pacific. 50 minutes to get you up into Renton, but then Renton to Bellevue's under 20. Out of the north end, 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
It's now 6:15. Well, hot on the heels of the box office success of Wicked for Good, the franchise will get even more popular. And KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gishard is here to explain.
Can you believe it? It was announced a new prequel book is in the works.
You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you.
The project is called Glinda, A Charmed Childhood. It's set to hit shelves sometime next year. Wicked author Gregor McGuire is writing the origin story that sets out to question who was Glinda before, the Good Witch, before she floated down in her bubble to greet Dorothy.
Oh, man, I've wondered this so often. The backstory of Glinda, no one's believing me.
Oof.
People want to know. They're interested.
Sure. Okay.
I think it'll be a hit.
Thank you, Katrina. It's 6:16.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
All right, this is not the news East Side drivers wanted to hear, but the opening of the express toll lanes between Bellevue and Renton, that's been delayed by a year and a half.
That's 18 long months we weren't expecting, and joining us is Chris Sullivan.
Hey, guys, the widening of the 405 lanes between Bellevue and Renton was supposed to wrap up by the end of this year, extending the express toll lanes south to 167 in Renton. WashDOT will miss that deadline by 18 months. Project Administrator Lisa Hodgson told me in an exclusive interview on Monday afternoon.
We've been looking at the progress that we made over the summer and really looking at the work that's ahead of us. And at this time, we're forecasting that our project will be complete in summer 2027.
Summer 2027.
Oof.
When I was putting this out on social yesterday afternoon, people were like, 27? Don't you mean 26?
No.
I'm like, no, I don't. We're talking summer of 2027, an 18-month delay at minimum. So I asked Hodgson how the project got so far behind. I mean, let's face it, the project started just before the pandemic. We had to work through that. There was that concrete workers strike, bad weather, stuff like that. But her simple answer was this.
We're seeing that, we've missed some key milestones, and the progression of that construction is just not going as quickly as we thought it would.
And she puts that directly on the contractor. In fact, WashDOT is in active litigation against the contractor for missing the construction deadlines. The litigation actually began in 2023 as it became internally that the project was going to be falling way behind. And in fact, up until just yesterday, the project website had finishing 2025. As soon as my interview with her ended, Summer 2027. So they've been kind of keeping this on the DL for a while, that this was going to be falling behind this significantly. But if you drive out there, you knew there was no way it was going to finish this year. They're working right. It was obvious. But Hodgson wouldn't discuss the ins and outs of the legal filings, only to say that the goal is to see all contractual obligations are met and the public interest, including the financial accountability, is protected. The contractor's also asking WashDOT for millions of more dollars to complete the work. WashDOT is fighting that too. With delays, especially with ones as large as this, we obviously see the budget balloon. The contractor bid for the project was $705 million. Hodgson isn't sure how much this will impact the bottom line.
We're right in the midst of looking at our traffic and revenue projections and updates from looking at that summer 2027. I don't have clear data right now to share, but once we do have additional information, we'll be able to share that as well.
And that's another reason why the state is suing the contractor. Anything over budget on a design build like this should be on them, and that's why they're suing them. It's also working with the same contractor, which is kind of odd, but we saw this during Bertha. The same time you're suing the contractor's still doing the work, and they're looking for ways that they can speed things up and get that timeline going a little faster. And Hodgson does have a message for those East Side drivers.
We do know that this is probably disappointing to our folks that have been driving through that construction, and everybody's anxious for this project to get done.
And again, 18 months is the working timeline that they have now. When the project is complete, whenever that happens, the express lanes will go from Linwood down into Auburn, providing a seamless toll system that goes for 40, 50 miles. But yeah, this is a big time blow for people who wanted that project done and were waiting for the benefits of it.
Well, who's paying
Stand by
for this?
for deep thoughts from Charlie.
Who's paying for this?
Again, they are in active litigation right now. Think about Bertha, where we had to have the lawsuits there. But they're suing the same contractor that's actually still doing the work. They're in the same office space, and yet they're suing each other. They're trying to figure it out because the contractor's asking for millions of more dollars. The state's like, no, and they're like, you're 18 months behind on this. We want some money for the delay there as well. So this will all be figured out in court after the project's done. That's usually how it happens. So we won't know what the price tag is for a while, and whether a judge will pay or what mitigation will be or what kind of mediation, will happen. But yeah, it's going to be well over budget. I mean, you can't be almost 18 months behind.
And the delays. I mean, you drive through that section. It is, it's kind of like the Grand Prix track going through the Las Vegas area. You are doing all these switches and curves and turns, and that's not going away anytime soon.
No, in fact, a lot of people reached out to me on social yesterday, daily drivers on 405, and I spent a lot of time yesterday morning before this interview around 112th there, Lake Washington Boulevard, just before the VMAC, and looking at all the work they're doing in the middle of the freeway there. And yeah, there have been lane switches and lane jogs and restriping and stuff, and the lanes, they're like ghost lanes and ghost markings, and it's dangerous. There's a lot of moving in there, plus you have all the merging coming in from
and those bright lights in the morning.
Oh, that's something that Richard, our good friend in Covington, Rick in Covington's been talking to me about for years, because they're working overnight and they're blinding, and so yeah, that's not going away. So yeah, this is incredibly frustrating, not only to WashDOT, but it's kind of odd that I've been asking about this for about 2 years, because I got the feeling it wasn't going to finish on time. And then to find out kind of on the DL, they've been in litigation since 2023, or talking about it since 2023 internally, I think kind of lets us know that they probably could have let the public know a little earlier. But I think it was clear to anybody that all year long I'm going, it's going to be done by 2025. Really? Look at the road. But yeah, again, who's going to be on the hook for this? That'll be up to a judge to figure out.
I have despised this stretch of freeway since I was in high school. That was a few years ago. It's always been difficult through there, right? Now it's just a mess.
Yeah, because again, look where they did it. I mean, it's right there along Lake Washington. The geography is hard to work with there, and what they've been doing to add the sound walls there along the way. I mean, it's been weavy and mergy all forever. And I mean, if you look what they're doing at the VMAC, they're around 44th. I mean, when that's done, it's going to be really nice. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, they've been suffering through construction since, 2019. And this project's been on the board since 2015. So here we are 10 years into this, and not construction, but overall, planning, contracting, all that stuff. But yeah, this is not the news anybody wanted, and it's really unfortunate. And there's a lot of this to be figured out, especially with the dollars and cents.
So what I guess you're saying is if you have to drive through there anytime soon, you better pack your patience.
I'm not going to say that.
Charlie, stop.
Don't make me come over there. But yeah, so unfortunately, that's our reality now on 405, the south of Bellevue down into Renton.
Do I get to go steal something from your desk now? Is that's
might as
Luke's
well.
policy this morning as well?
By the way, you can find all the information, the project page, plus the blog post they put out late yesterday, kind of explaining where we are at mynorthwest.com. It's right there on the front page.
All right, thank you. It's 6:23. Let's talk about what's happening on the roads right now. If you have any breath left, Sully.
Oh yeah, I do. I've got plenty. Trust me, I came in early today, and you guys know how much breath I have. We are looking at northbound I-5, just past the Puyallup River Bridge, getting into Fife. The HOV lane is blocked. We got a car facing kind of perpendicular to the road there, and we're backed up almost to the dome. So give yourself about 30 minutes to go from Tacoma to Federal Way. That's about a 10-minute delay through the area. We also have had a little extra volume there because of the slowing we have through the Pacific construction zone. Once you get through that and up to Federal Way to Seattle's running about 40 minutes. Now to the Valley Freeway itself, got about a 15 to 18-minute delay trying to get into and through Pacific. That's just kind of become normal. Overall, we're looking at 48 minutes to go from Puyallup up into Renton. And then Renton to Bellevue is not quite 20 minutes there through that construction zone we were just talking about. Once you're up to 44th, it's a pretty green drive the rest of the way. We are starting to pick up a couple of brake lights here and there away from Linwood, a little bit up in Marysville as well, but lighter than normal out of Snohomish County today. 40 minutes or less from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial, 97.3 HD2.
We're looking for a rainy, breezy day here in the Seattle area. You go up into the mountains, and we're looking at snow, heavy at times this afternoon. We'll have showers tomorrow. We dry out pretty much. I mean, occasional showers tomorrow and Thanksgiving Thursday, but nothing like today was in store for us. Right now in Seattle, we have cloudy skies. It's 40.
Holiday travel underway. We'll check in with Luke Ducey at the airport coming up, and also the opening bell report here on Seattle's Morning News.
The Seahawks got it done on the road.
Gonna let it fly. Got a man, JSN. Makes the catch.
Bouncing back.
For a touchdown. Seahawks.
We always just put the mission over anything else, no matter what it is, man. We try to get that W.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Holy catfish.
Happy for JSN. He's doing an incredible job. Brings it every day.
But every opportunity he has to make a play, he's doing that.
It's just hard to guard him, bro. Like, he's just so efficient in what he do.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
This Christmas, skip the toys and gift cards. Instead, give a chicken. Yep, a chicken. School supplies, meals, and more. How? At the Light the World Giving Machine. It's a chance to help those in need, both locally and around the world. 100% of your donation goes to the item and charity you select with the simple push of a vending machine button. Visit the Light the World Giving Machine today at the Alderwood Mall near the Lego Store and the South Hill Mall near Dick's Sporting Goods. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Let's light the world.
Hey there, Dawn Riding with Olympic Hot Tub. Black Friday Frenzy is here. Unwrap huge holiday savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas, plus amazing prices on floor models. Selected hot tubs include the Freshwater IQ salt system. Your tub now tests your water for you and adds water care products with a simple push of a button. Amazing! Savings end November 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, "Buy low, sell high." There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Husky Nation, the rivalry is on, but this time it's bigger than football. This holiday season, we're taking a fight from the field to the table with Rivalry for a Reason, a competition fundraiser between UW and Oregon fans to tackle food insecurity across the Northwest. Every dollar you donate counts as a vote, and votes are unlimited. So let's outgive the Ducks and show our Husky pride. 100% goes to households in need, thanks to Safeway and Northwest Harvest. Visit dogsvsducks.org today.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence in your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on mynorthwest.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at revivemenshealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 6:31. Well, the Thanksgiving travel week is officially here. Between now and next week, the TSA expects 18 million Americans to pass through the nation's airports.
And millions more will hit the highways. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live at SeaTac Airport. He's talking with travelers. Good morning, Luke.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Smooth sailing so far this morning at SeaTac. I'm right outside checkpoint 4, and the lines seem quick. I mean, they're getting longer and longer, longer than when they were about a half an hour ago. The departure drop-off area outside is also getting really busy as well. Of course, 90% of people traveling this Thanksgiving will be driving. So let's talk about the roads first, then we'll come back to the airport. AAA projects 1 million more drivers on the road than last year. Some driving tips. According to INREX, the best time to drive today is anytime before noon. Then it gets really busy. And before 11 a.m. tomorrow, the most congested route this week is going to be by far I-5 northbound, anywhere between Seattle and Bellingham. Travel by bus, train, and cruise ships are predicted to be higher this year, an increase of like 8.5% or so this year as well. So back here at the airport, TSA expects today and tomorrow will be busy travel days across the country. Of course, the busiest travel day will be Sunday, with everyone trying to get back home in time for work. If you're flying across the country today, like to the East Coast, maybe middle of the country as well. The Olympic pipeline leak up in Snohomish is impacting flights. They're trucking in jet fuel from Blaine to SeaTac, but Alaska Airlines has been landing in Billings, Montana to refuel jets and then continue on to the East Coast. Delta has been refueling in Spokane, and they've been refueling in Canada for international trips. I had a friend who was on a flight that landed in Canada, stayed there for about 2 hours. It's going to tack them on about between 1 and 2 hours to refuel for those planes, so just be aware of that. Yeah, I've been chatting with folks here at SeaTac. When it comes to traveling during the holidays, for Zig and Sabrina, who are going back to Maui with their 2 little dogs, well, this is their favorite thing.
Just seeing family. Family is everything.
Yeah, family is everything during the holidays, isn't it? And here is the worst thing.
Not traveling.
The chaos. The chaos for sure.
Getting on the plane.
Getting on the plane.
That was so close.
I know.
Yeah, the chaos for them was that they had their doggy. Thought it was yesterday, so they got here to the airport to travel yesterday, and they figured out that, oh no, the paperwork said they're going to travel today with the dog, so they had a chaotic couple of days. So anyways, hey, Sully, you warned me, I'm now naming you, you warned me that if I used the words pack your you-know-what this morning to stay calm, you would steal something from your desk every time I said that.
That is
correct. Say that. Instead, what I've done is I have asked AI for some alternative phrases. I'm going to have some really good alternative phrases for you throughout the morning, and I don't want to share the same one that I shared about a half an hour ago, so I'm trying to bring up the other one that I had for you.
Keep your resolve.
So, yeah, there you go. Keep your resolve. I'll have more throughout the morning, and we'll make it fun. Back to you.
Luke is at SeaTac Airport. Thank you, Luke. It is time to check with Sully for traffic.
And we have a pretty sizable backup on northbound I-5 from about the Tacoma Dome all the way up past the Puyallup River Bridge, getting up past the Port of Tacoma Road. The HOV lane is blocked there, and we have about a 25 to 30-minute trip now from Tacoma to Federal Way, so 10 to 12 minutes behind schedule. Once you're into Fife, it's a pretty good drive all the way up until you get right before Highway 18, and then Federal Way to Seattle starting to see some brake lights at the north end of Boeing Field. We've got about a 42-minute trip for you. Valley Freeway, 45 to 50, depending on how you hit the volume out of Auburn. You do have that 2-mile backup getting into Pacific. And then Renton to Bellevue's a little over 25 minutes. Coming down from the north end, a little bit in Marysville, but not bad. And then away from Linwood, you're starting to see it. Give yourself about 42, 43 minutes to go from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. This report brought to you by ProSculpt, the one-day permanent fat loss and skin tightening solution for men and women. Offered by New Skin Med Spa in Bellevue. Book your free consultation, prosculpt.com.
Well, the weather's about to get interesting just in time for the holiday travel. For today, we're going to see the rain pick up, snow in the mountains, a high today of 46. It'll be a little bit breezy. Tomorrow, the showers will arrive late after a few sun breaks in the morning. Mostly cloudy, though, and 50. Thursday, Thanksgiving, look for showers and 51. Looks like we're going to dry out now for Friday and Saturday. We'll keep you posted. Right now, it's cloudy and 42 in Seattle.
6:36, time for the opening bell report. Verizon is cutting jobs in Washington state. A new filing with the Employment Security Department shows 168 employees will be laid off. This includes analysts, engineers, and retail staff. Cuts take effect January 23rd as part of their nationwide restructuring. Verizon says it's consolidating operations and shifting some stores to franchise ownership. 5 facilities in Redmond, Renton, Woodinville, Spokane, and Bellingham will be divested.
Well, if you want to make sure you're getting the best deal you can this holiday season, make a plan. According to budgeting expert Andrea Warrock, the best of Black Friday deals are going to be on tech items like gaming consoles and tablets. You can also expect price drops on small kitchen gadgets and home appliances, including vacuums and air fryers, as well as some discounted toys.
Especially on those hot holiday toys. If you're getting around 25 to 30% off, grab it. It's not going to get any cheaper, and it could sell out. And if you shop at a particular retailer often, consider their paid membership because they'll offer free same-day delivery or next-day delivery.
Waiting until Cyber Monday, she says, can help you score more savings on clothing, footwear, and beauty products. She says there's a red flag to look out for, though.
Be aware of those tiered discounts where you have to spend more to save more. Sometimes the percent discount is actually the same whether you spend $50 or $100. So don't let a bigger value influence your purchase.
A new move from TV station owner, which owns KOMO in Seattle, could change the local media landscape. Correspondent Jesse Mitchell reports.
Local TV station group owner Sinclair has made an unsolicited bid to buy smaller rival EW Scripps for $7 per share. Sinclair has set a December 5th deadline for a response. Scripps says its board will review the offer. Sinclair says the merger would strengthen local journalism, though critics say it will lead to more media consolidation. Sinclair owns or operates 185 TV stations, while Scripps operates more than 60 stations.
Lawmakers are calling for a federal investigation of scam ads on Meta's platforms. Here's correspondent Jesse Mitchell.
A bipartisan group of U.S. senators has asked the Federal Trade Commission and the Securities and Exchange Commission to investigate Facebook parent company Meta over claims the tech giant profits off of fraudulent and scam posts. A new report from Reuters alleges the tech giant earns as much as $16 billion in profits annually from advertising for scams and banned goods on its platforms. In a statement to Reuters, Meta said it has large goals to reduce ad scams, and it notes that the company has removed more than 130 million pieces of scam ad content this year so far.
A new study shows 96% of car buyers want their next vehicle to have a radio. WWJ Auto reporter Jeff Gilbert explains.
The study from the research firm Critical Mass shows consumers find radio easy to use and a good source for entertainment and information. Some brands have removed AM radios. Tesla's removed AM and FM in some vehicles, replacing it with streaming. Congress is looking at requiring AM radio as a safety feature.
Can't have a car without a radio. A warning this morning about rad power bikes. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says some batteries can ignite and explode. The agency says the batteries are linked to at least 31 fires. According to the Seattle Times, the Ballard-based company says its bikes do meet or exceed safety standards.
And on Wall Street right now, the Dow is opening higher, 317 ahead. That's 0.7%. The S&P 500 is up by 8 points. That's 0.13%. NASDAQ, though, has dropped. NVIDIA shares are down, and that's dragging down the NASDAQ, which is down 64 points. That's 0.3%.
A word for KIRO 7 News, live starting at 4. It's news that puts you there so you can see for yourself. News that's happening now so you're ready. News that investigates to get you answers. News that's local because where you live matters. No more, no now. On KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 p.m.
Sully, what's ahead in traffic?
Well, we got a 20-minute delay on northbound I-5 getting through Tacoma. We'll break it down for you next.
There's two types of people.
The G and Ursula Show.
The ones that use a washcloth or a loofah sponge.
Okay. Weekdays 9 to noon.
The other are bare hand bandits. They just grab the soap. Growing up, my delegation, we always use washcloths.
Hate to break it to you, but I think my hand's going to be much better than this brush.
Yeah, what? I am uncomfortable.
Really?
Rubbing all over myself without there being a buffer.
Watch live on YouTube and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Eric Butler here, General Manager at Kia of Everett, your simple, easy, fun dealership. If your daily drive needs a winter upgrade, we got you. Our entire Kia lineup is packed with all-weather performance, safety features, and fuel efficiency that will make commuting simple, easy, and fun. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, choose what fits your lifestyle and come down and test drive it. With amazing pricing and financing, now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett.
The best drive you'll ever take is to Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
6:43 now. Time to check traffic on the 3s with Chris Sullivan.
We have a 3-mile backup to work through in Tacoma, starting right there at 7:05 and working all the way past the Puyallup River Bridge up to about just after Port of Tacoma Road. The HOV lane is blocked, and we have a pretty sizable backup, and it's now 20 minutes. That's how long the delay is through that area. It's going to take you 35 minutes just to get up to Federal Way. And then Federal Way to Seattle isn't too bad on the front end. When you get up past the West Seattle Bridge into downtown, that's where you're going to hit the show. You got about a 45-minute trip total from Federal Way to Seattle. The Renton S-curves have started to heat up a little bit, 25 minutes to make the drive to Bellevue. By the time you're up to 30th, though, it's a pretty good drive the rest of the way. Valley Freeway is only about 20 minutes out of Auburn, but it's still 50 or more out of Puyallup because of the slowing we have through the lane restrictions in Pacific. Coming down from the north end, some brake lights in Marysville, still yellow, so we're hanging in there, but not by much. Westbound across the Trestle starting to slow a little bit, so is 9 through the normal spot and 522 over the Snohoe River, but not bad. Away from Linwood, we got about a 45-minute trip from Everett to Bellevue and about 41 from Everett to Seattle, so lighter than normal, certainly. This report brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. Prepare to be enchanted. Mentalists and illusionists, the Clairvoyants, come to the Emerald Queen Casino December 4th for a holiday spectacular. The Clairvoyants, December 4th, only at the Emerald Queen Casino.
Our forecast as you get ready for the holiday, we're going to see some rain picking up today, snow in the mountains, and a high today of 46. A little bit breezy, too. For tomorrow, showers will be late in the day, a few sun breaks before then, and a high of 50. And then Thursday, Thanksgiving, showers off and on, and 51. Should dry out for Friday and Saturday, though. Highs on Saturday only in the upper 40s. It's cloudy and 42 in Seattle right now.
6:45 now. Pope Leo and I have so much in common. We're guys.
Oh, you do?
We're Americans, and we both play Wordle. Katrina Gutschard is here.
Okay, but do you know his strategy, Charlie?
I don't, and I'm all ears.
Okay, so he was at a Friday event with the American Catholic young people, and he shared this.
I use a different word for Wordle every day. So there's no set starting word, in case you're wondering.
Yeah. Do you do that, Charlie?
Doesn't that make it harder? You got to start with the same word, don't you?
Every day I use the same word. Pope Leo, this is madness, using a different word every day. I'm no one to criticize the Pope.
You just called the Pope crazy, Charlie.
By the way, I don't do Wordle. How many letters is it?
You get 5 letters.
5.
So I'm assuming he'd start every day with Jesus. Right?
No, that's 2 S's. That's 2 S's.
Oh, is it? Oh, so
yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah.
it works. Okay, well, I thought that as a Catholic, but that's what I thought he might go with. I don't know.
That's not saying that he doesn't start every day with Jesus, because he does.
Well, I mean,
He's the
I guess
Pope.
you are the Pope.
But not on the Wordle, at
But
least.
not on Wordle.
Oh,
So I
all right.
mean, to be continued. Maybe one day you'll play against each other?
Maybe.
Ooh, wouldn't that
maybe.
be fun?
That'd be cool.
We could market the heck out of that.
Yeah, the invite is officially given for Pope Leo to play Wordle with me.
All right, let's start our campaign.
All right, coming up, a federal judge has thrown out the criminal cases against James Comey and New York Attorney General Tish James. We'll talk with New York Times' David Farenthold about that and much more coming up on Seattle's Morning News.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
83 or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for children in foster care and youth statewide. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Time is running out to save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. Now through the end of the month, save big on home comfort systems, generators, water heaters, and more. Plus, take advantage of 12-month interest-free financing and get your home winter ready before the chilly season starts. Trust the team voted best in the Pacific Northwest to be your dedicated home comfort company. Call Bob's today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
On Tuesdays, we check in with New York Times investigative reporter David Fahrenthold for the big stories of the week.
And David, one of those big stories is President Trump's effort to punish two of his most outspoken critics, and the courts are not going to move forward, at least for now. This was pretty messy. Tell us where things stand this morning.
Oh, this was just so screwed up from the beginning. So Trump really wants to punish Jim Comey, who was the FBI director who basically helped him get elected in 2016, but then he fired because of the Russia investigation in 2017, and Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, who sued him and won a huge amount of money while he was out of office. So he tried to get prosecutors in Virginia to go after both of them, Comey for leaking to the media, James for mortgage fraud. The career prosecutors wouldn't do it. He had to bring in this basically inexperienced political flunky to indict both of them. But she screwed it up. And so yesterday, the court threw out both Comey's indictment and James's indictment on the grounds that the U.S. attorney that Trump had picked, not surprisingly because she had never prosecuted a case before, didn't do it right.
I want to switch gears and talk about Ukraine. As you see it, where do things stand with the peace deal between Ukraine and Russia?
Well, I think this one has a chance of sticking. It is a peace deal that is very tilted toward Russia. That was probably inevitable given the battlefield situation. Zelensky, Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, is politically weakened at home because of a huge corruption scandal. Trump, who, as you recall, has been ping-ponging back and forth between being totally for Ukraine and totally for Russia, now seems to be back in the Russia camp. So it seems like they are working on a peace deal that will cede a lot of the ground Russia has conquered to Russia.
And so what does that look like? Do we have a peace deal soon, or is this an ongoing back and forth and we really don't come to a resolution?
Just reading the tea leaves, it seems like this one may actually work, that there really may be some sort of ceasefire. I think Ukraine, because of the Trump administration's lack of support for them, and the conditions in the battlefield, I think Ukraine has really given up much realistic hope of reconquering the things that Russia has taken from them. And remember that at one point in 2022, they were facing the prospect that their entire country would be wiped out. So this is still a huge victory for them. But I think they may realize that there's not a lot of chance of taking back the territory Russia has taken. And if they can get a ceasefire and a chance to rebuild, that's a country that's pretty weary of war, and like I said, Zelensky is very weakened because of the corruption scandals. They may think this is as good as it's going to get, as bad as this deal will be for them.
Talking with David Farenthold of the New York Times, one of the big pieces you wrote in last week is about the Trump Library and how much money it's bringing in. What did you find?
So Trump had a presidential library. He said he wants to start to build it on a plot of land in downtown Miami that the state is going to give him for free. What we got a hold of was the filings that the Trump Library made with the IRS to get certified as a nonprofit. And so as part of that, you have to say how much money you expect to bring in. And they say a lot. They say they've already raised $50 million. That's mostly from settlements with media companies that Trump sued. But then they expect to raise $300 million next year, $600 million the year after that. That's almost $1 billion in the first 3 years while Trump is still in office. It's a lot more than previous presidents have raised. Generally, Obama, Bush, those before them waited till they were after they were out of office to raise money, just because it sounds seemly for the president to go around hitting people up for money while he's still in office. But obviously, Trump is doing that left and right already. So there's not this wouldn't be breaking new ground for Trump. So yes, he said he wants to raise a lot of money and do it while he's still in office.
David Farenthold from the New York Times.
We appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
It's 6:53, and we have traffic on the threes with Chris Sullivan.
And some positive news for those of you kind of stuck in this 3-mile backup we have on northbound I-5 that now kind of begins right where the CD lanes work there, just after 16, up to the Puyallup River Bridge. The crash that we had that was blocking the HOV lane at the Port of Tacoma Road looks to have moved out of the way. Travel time is still going to take you about 25 minutes to get you up to Federal Way. And, of course, if you're getting into Tacoma, there's going to be about a 5 or 6 minute delay there as well. But that should clear out nicely because it is lighter than normal out there today, as you would imagine, on the Tuesday before Turkey Day. Looking at Federal Way to Seattle at about 43 minutes, maybe a little under, depending on how you hit the volume at the West Seattle Bridge. Right now, it's not too bad. Valley Freeway is under 20 minutes out of Auburn, but 50 plus all the way out of Puyallup. We still have that about 1.5 miles, 2 mile backup getting through Pacific. Good news is we found out last night that they're going to place that girder tomorrow night, but they still haven't updated the timeline on when they're going to get that done. Going to be stuck with that one lane probably through the holidays. Rented to Bellevue, about 25 minutes. The lake bridges are still fine. A little bit more action through Canyon Park down through 522 at this point, so it's a solid 45 minutes now. Maybe a little even more to get you down into Bellevue, but only 40 minutes from Everett into Seattle. Not too bad in Marysville, just a little bit of congestion, something you can totally handle. This report brought to you by the Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees in Tacoma. Trees that twinkle, well, that's hard to say, Santa smiles, and the stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only in Tacoma. Don't miss it. festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
But you did it. Right now, we're going to see rain for the day. The snow picking up in the mountains for today, and 46 the high. Not the greatest for all the holiday travel. For tomorrow, showers late in the day after some sun breaks early on. We'll hit a high of 50, and then Thursday, Thanksgiving, showers at times and 51. Right now, it's cloudy and 42 in Seattle.
Coming up, we'll have CBS with the latest on this breaking news. U.S. officials saying that Ukraine has agreed to a peace deal. We'll also get some analysis from Leland Biddard of News Nation coming up at 7:15.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO Newsradio.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Black Friday deals are back at Dania Furniture. For a limited time, discover incredible savings on Nordic-inspired furniture and decor for every space in your home. From statement pieces for your living room to instant upgrades for the dining room, bedroom, and more. It's the perfect time to refresh your favorite space or reimagine your entire home. Dania Furniture. We make it simple. You make it home. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at daniafurniture.com.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Out at the Wilcox family farm, our hens roam freely on fresh green pasture. But that means predators like coyotes and eagles are always nearby. That's where our team of Great Pyrenees help out. These gentle giants were born to protect, and they become a part of our family. Raised alongside the chickens from puppyhood. Our hens are raised humanely, our practices are organic, and our promise is simple. Fresh eggs straight from our farm to your table. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Black Friday Comfort Sale is on now at Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 75%. Plus, enjoy 18 months 0% financing OAC. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Michael Wallace. Ukraine says there are minor details to settle, but it has agreed to the peace deal brokered by the Trump administration to end the war with Russia. The BBC's Jonathan Beale.
Rustem Umerov, the head of Ukraine's Security Council, said the US and Ukraine had reached a common understanding on the core terms of an agreement. He said Ukraine looked forward to organizing a visit by President Zelensky to Washington this month. America's made clear it wants to sign a deal quickly, and Ukraine is having to respond to that pressure.
There's been no official response from Russia, which launched attacks on Kyiv today, killing at least 7 people. The Pentagon may return Arizona Senator and former Navy Captain Mark Kelly to active duty so he can face a court-martial for misconduct. Kelly was one of 6 Democrats who released a video last week urging service members to refuse illegal orders. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Kelly, who flew on 4 space shuttle missions, said if this is meant to intimidate me and other members of Congress from doing our jobs and holding this administration accountable, it won't work.
Snow in the upper Midwest and heavy rain in the Ohio Valley and Northeast could impact flight schedules today as more Thanksgiving travelers hit the road. This woman at Orlando's airport took some precautions.
I thought my flight would possibly be canceled, and I also bought travel protection just in case it does. I was very concerned.
FlightAware reports 1,200 flights are already delayed today. 50 have been canceled. More arrests in the Louvre heist.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Prosecutors in Paris say 2 men and 2 women have been arrested in connection with the $100 million jewel heist at the Louvre Museum, bringing to 8 the number of suspects in custody. It's not yet clear what part these new suspects are believed to have played in the theft. There's still no sign of the stolen jewels, including a diamond and emerald necklace given by Napoleon to Empress Marie-Louise.
The latest economic report delayed by the government shutdown shows retail sales inched up 0.2% in September compared to August. Spending moderated after consumers splurged a bit over the summer. Economists have warned consumer spending could slow during this fourth quarter as Americans struggle with inflation. There's a new study on women who stop taking their GLP-1 weight loss drugs before or during pregnancy. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
What they saw is when women stopped, they regained the weight quickly, and then you saw a slight increase in risk in things like gestational diabetes, high blood pressure, preterm birth.
Doctors recommended women who are pregnant not take the weight loss drugs. Stocks have opened mixed. The Dow is up 121, NASDAQ down 167. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's 7:03 Tuesday morning, and Sully is watching traffic on the 3s for us.
And it's relatively light, as you might imagine, on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We still have some heavy traffic to get through in places. Like in Tacoma, we now have our second issue of the morning right at Port of Tacoma Road. We've got some debris in the left center lane. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Can't quite tell from my camera, but it looks like to be a rather sizable box of some kind with a little bit of something spilling out of it. So hopefully State Patrol will be able to get there pretty quickly and move that out of the way or wash out. Either way, we have a backup that extends all the way to Highway 16, and we've got a 35-minute trip again from Tacoma to Federal Way. That is a 20-minute delay. And we do have a stall in the CD lanes getting off at the downtown Seattle exits on northbound I-5. Right at James Street, the center lane there is blocked for a disabled vehicle as well. You're going to need about 45 to 48 minutes to go from Federal Way to Seattle. The slowest spot of the Valley Freeway is right there through Pacific, so 50-plus minutes from Puyallup to Renton, and then Renton to Bellevue's at 25. Out of the north end, we do have some brake lights just right around the county line for 5 and 405. I-5 is about 42 minutes from Everett into Seattle. 405 is about 45 to 48 to get you down into Bellevue. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Chris Sullivan.
Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 7:04. Thanksgiving travel in full swing. Between now and next week, the TSA expects 18 million Americans to pass through the nation's airports.
Millions more will hit the highways, and KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live at SeaTac Airport talking with travelers.
Good morning, everyone. Smooth sailing so far this morning right outside checkpoint 4. All the checkpoints are looking great. No snaking of the lines. They're just short and sweet and perfect. Of course, the new security checkpoint number 5 is now open for business here at SeaTac. TSA expects the crowds, of course, will start to pick up today. The busiest travel day will be Sunday with everyone trying to get back home. Some tips from TSA if you're coming to the airport to make your trip even smoother. Have a valid ID ready. Real ID or passport is the best. Pack smart and listen to those TSA instructions in the security checkpoint lines. Try out SeaTac's Spot Saver. On their website, you can reserve a place in the security line. I've done it before. It's fantastic. And pack plenty of snacks for those kiddos. I've seen a lot of kids traveling, and they look tired, and they look grumpy. You might have to wait in long lines somewhere. Not here at SeaTac, but somewhere else, maybe if you're connecting. Hey, I've been asking folks here at the airport, what is the worst thing about flying during the holidays? For Cody and her family, well, here's the best thing.
The best thing is visiting family and friends.
Yeah, that is the best thing. And here is the worst thing.
The waiting line.
Have you been waiting much today, or is it pretty clear?
Not today, because it's 5 in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah, it was early, but still the lines are looking great again. But, of course, 90% of people traveling this Thanksgiving holiday will be driving. AAA projects 73 million people will travel by car, 1 million more drivers than last year. Some driving tips for you. According to INREX, best time to drive is before noon today and before 11 a.m. tomorrow. Anything after that gets chaotic. The most congested route this week was going to be I-5 North, anywhere between Seattle and Bellingham. All right. Now, here's where I give you some words of encouragement because it's going to be so chaotic when you travel. Charlie, Manda, Sully, and Katrina have all banned me from saying pack your you-know-what. So
Patience.
I can't say that cliche. Oh, you said it. So what I've done is asked AI what to say instead. So here you go, folks. Pack extra calm because today's gremlins, well, they woke up caffeinated. Charlie, Manda, back.
No.
You don't like that one?
Thank you, Luke. We'll be checking in with you
again.
throughout the morning. 7:07 now. BP says it's found the exact source of its leak on the Olympic pipeline. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun has details.
The leak was first discovered in the Everett area 2 weeks ago. In a statement shared with us, BP says the leak was confirmed in the 20-inch pipeline just east of Everett, and now crews can develop a repair plan. There were no indications of a leak in the adjacent 16-inch pipeline. The company is also planning for a partial restart of that pipeline, but there's no timeline yet. This would be a big relief for travelers because the pipeline delivers jet fuel to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, and it has already led to flight disruptions, especially on those long-haul flights.
We're just getting word of a deadly train collision in Steilacoom last night. It was about 11 o'clock. A freight train struck a passenger car. Steilacoom police say one person died while another, rescued by bystanders, was taken to the hospital. The victims had been reported missing from University Place earlier that evening. Officials say no foul play is suspected.
Repairs to the damaged Highway 167 bridge in Pacific appear to be going well. A new 60-foot concrete girder will be put in place Wednesday night. That's tomorrow night. While that's happening, all lanes of northbound 167 will be closed between Stewart and Ellingson. The closure starts at 11 tomorrow night, lasts through 5 a.m. Thanksgiving Day. Repairs expected to last into January.
Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime.
Seattle's Morning News, wherever you are.
Well, good morning. It is 7:08. It is Tuesday, November 25th. 2 days until Thanksgiving.
I am not ready
That's
yet.
Okay. It always happens.
Yeah, it
always
happens
gonna
no
come
matter
together.
what. Well, we have Sully in the studio checking traffic for us on the threes. That's good news about Highway 167, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I wish they'd speed up the timeline. But it's going to take as long as it's going to take.
But that has to be a positive development.
Oh yeah, certainly the fact that they can get
now.
the girder in really quickly. They just started the emergency work last Thursday, so that's definitely positive.
And that keeps people from driving through my neighborhood, which I appreciate. It's all about me, Sully. Jonah Oakleaf is filling in for David Burbank today. Nick Krasia is at the control room board, running the show and picking the music. And, of course, we have Katrina Gashard out in the newsroom following all the big stories.
And coming up, one of those big stories breaking this morning is that Ukraine has apparently agreed to a peace deal with Russia. We're going to ask News Nation's Leland Vittert about that new news.
And we'll also speak with CBS military analyst Jeff McCausland with what that means, a potential peace deal, and what it could signal for the future of the conflict. That's on the way here on Seattle's Morning News.
It's now 7:10. Governor Bob Ferguson has named his first state Supreme Court justice. Colleen Melody, head of the Civil Rights Division in the Attorney General's office, will take over for Justice Mary Yu, who's retiring December 31st. Melody says she never dreamed of becoming a judge.
When the rule of law seems more fragile than it has to me at any point during my lifetime, it seemed important to me that people who are people of goodwill, who are willing to work hard, and who have deep faith in the courts as cornerstones of democracy, that those people be willing to raise their hands and serve.
Yu's term ends in 2028. Next year, voters will decide who will complete it.
Conservation officers using a helicopter with thermal imaging and adding cameras to trails to find that grizzly that attacked 20 students and teachers in British Columbia. CBC News spoke with Sergeant Jeff Tyre.
A lot of work goes into these, and these can be lengthy. The bears don't necessarily cooperate, but we're doing everything we can.
Authorities now think it was a mother grizzly bear with two cubs that attacked the group in Bella Coola. 3 students and a teacher remain hospitalized.
People in South Park have been reporting a mysterious strong sulfur smell in their neighborhood for weeks. The Puget Sound Clean Air Agency says they received 110 complaints from late September to mid-November about a local gypsum recycling plant. Rob lives a couple homes away.
Like rotten eggs. I didn't know if it was like a leak, so I alerted a couple neighbors.
Puget Sound Energy says they identified the gas as hydrogen sulfide coming from an old rotten gypsum. It can also irritate eyes and throats at low levels and be dangerous at higher concentrations.
'Tis the season for family gatherings and polarizing politics. And if you'd rather not combine the two, KIRO Newsradio's Heather Bosch has some advice.
If you think the politics are going to be spicier than dinner, you can stay home.
That's okay. Those are called boundaries.
But if you opt to go, Katrina Egner with Sound Behavioral Health says, remember,
holiday gatherings are not the time for you to try to change somebody's mind.
Instead, she says, be curious about someone's politics, asking questions, steering the conversation into an exchange of ideas. Not working, change the subject.
If you're there and Aunt Betty has cornered you in the kitchen, tell her how much you like her necklace and how you've taken up beading.
Or just be frank.
We're here to celebrate and, spend time together and talk about things that we love. How about we do that?
Heather Bosch, KIRO News Radio.
See, just talk about things you love.
Yeah.
Skip the politics.
Seahawks.
See, that's easy.
Mariners.
There you go. Let's talk about the weather. Check on the weather now. It is sponsored by State Roofing.
And exteriors.
Yes, indeed. We're going to see some showers at times. The rain's going to pick up throughout the day. 46 the high. Some snow in the mountains for today. Tomorrow, showers will be late in the day after a few sun breaks and 50. Thursday, Thanksgiving, looks like you'll get wet. Occasional rain showers and a high of 51. Drying out, though, for Friday and Saturday. It's cloudy and 42 in Seattle.
Okay, Sully, we got to plan this out before we get to what's happening right now in traffic. When is the time we need to hit the road if we're going to do this today?
Before noon.
Okay.
Today, and if you're not on the road tomorrow by about 11, you're going to run into the heaviest part of the day. You don't want to be on the road between like 11 and 7 p.m. tomorrow because that's when everybody else is going. So if you can leave really early or leave late, perfect.
Okay, how's traffic now?
Well, it's Thanksgiving week, and so I want to tell you one of the things that I'm thankful for here at the traffic desk is being done right now on the roads. Let's give a golf clap to all the IRT drivers out there for the Department of Transportation who work their butts off every day to try to get the roads clear. I'm watching a worker right now walking on the freeway on I-5, hand picking up the debris that's blocking 2 lanes of northbound I-5 right now at the Port of Tacoma Road. Those workers don't get the credit they deserve. They work long hours. It's kind of a thankless job, but yeah, I'm thankful for them.
Incident response team.
Yeah, they do a great job, and this person has just cleared the debris there on northbound I-5 in Tacoma, right at Port Tacoma Road. We still have a sizable backup behind it and about 30 minutes to go from Tacoma to Federal Way. Once you get through that, it's a pretty good drive all the way up till you get to about the West Seattle Bridge. Then you see the brakes there. We had an earlier stall inside the CD lanes at James Street. It's about 50 minutes to go from Federal Way to Seattle. 50 as well from Puyallup to Renton, all the braking there through Pacific. Renton to Bellevue, we've got about a 28-minute drive for you. The Lake Bridges are good. I-5 about 43 minutes for 405, about 50 to go from Everett down into Bellevue. But by most days' standards, good. This report brought to you by Kia of Everett, from the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9. Be ready for winter with amazing pricing and financing. Now is the time to buy a Kia at Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
It's 7:15. Well, Billie Eilish just wrapped up an epic world tour and has an announcement. We learn more from KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gishard.
Fans at her final show Sunday night were surprised with a special treat.
I don't know if you remember, I mentioned something a couple months ago about a movie that I'm playing. It's with, little old James Cameron, and it's in 3D, and it's this.
And it's set to take place underwater. I'm totally kidding. It's going to premiere on March 20th of next year.
All right, Katrina, thank you. It is 7:15.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show or catch the podcast anytime. Seattle's morning news, wherever you are.
It's now 7:16 and time for our weekly conversation with News Nation's Leland Vittert, who hosts On Balance weeknights at 6 o'clock our time.
And he joins us live this morning. Hey, good morning, Leland. Thanks for being here. We have some breaking news this morning. U.S. officials say Ukraine has agreed to a deal with Russia. Is peace at hand?
Well, it is possible that peace is at hand. I tend to be very skeptical about peace, especially when you're dealing with Vladimir Putin and how many peace plans he has agreed to and broken. And far from him agreeing to this, it appears as though even the Ukrainians have not fully agreed to it because now there's reports that Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, says we have lots to work out. So I would not quite put the champagne on ice yet.
You covered Ukraine extensively when you were a foreign correspondent, Leland, and you call Putin a psychopath. Explain your reasoning.
Well, I don't know if he's a psychopath as much as he's a sociopath, right? In that he enjoys the suffering of others and has absolutely no regard for the suffering and killing of others. So there's a difference. My thought with Vladimir Putin is the best indicator of future performance is past behavior. And every time he has agreed to a deal in Ukraine, whether it was after I was there in 2014 or in 2017 or 2018 with Minsk I and Minsk II, he used the time to rearm and then start another war with Ukraine, restart the war. So the question is, how would we know that this peace deal is actually a peace deal and not a pause? And the only way to know that would be is if there is enough of a penalty inflicted on Putin that he realizes that it's not worth doing this again. And so far, it doesn't seem as though the agreement that Trump and Rubio are talking about does that.
Leland, you talked about the Jim Comey case on your show last night. You had Bill O'Reilly on. What's your take on him and Tish James having their federal charges dismissed?
Well, to me, it makes sense that the system worked, right? Lawfare, using the DOJ to go after your political opponents is un-American. It was un-American when Letitia James did it. It was un-American when Alvin Bragg did it. It was un-American when the Biden DOJ did it to Donald Trump and Republicans. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I think it's sort of remarkable that the Trump DOJ has been so ham-handed in this that they're having cases thrown out on procedure, like just not following the way procedure is supposed to be done in the Department of Justice. That's pretty telling.
Let's turn to Venezuela. Is the president doing a good job explaining why we may be using military force there?
Well, it seems as though the administration wants to cover a regime change operation in the name of stopping narcoterrorism, which narcoterrorism is a difficult term to understand because whether or not someone is a terrorist or a narcotics trafficker are different things. But it allows them to use the authorization of military force as if the cartels were terrorist organizations rather than businesses and political organizations. Either way, I think the president does not explain what he wants to do in Venezuela because he doesn't want to explain it. The ambiguity is something that is helpful to them.
Let's maybe talk about Thanksgiving dinner, inflation. We're a couple days away from that big dinner, and a lot of people are going to be around the table talking about the cost of everything. We touched on this briefly last week, but where are we now in terms of the administration trying to explain why everything feels so expensive?
Well, they still haven't done a good job explaining that, nor explaining to Americans that they feel their pain. My reporting on this is that inside the administration, there is a view, and you can decide why this is, that the stock market is an indicator of the economy and that the rest of America feels that the stock market is the indicator of the economy. That's just not the case. It is for 5, 10, 15% of the population in America. The rest of us, the stock market is not that. How people feel at the end of the week. Do I have extra money do I have enough money for groceries? Do I have to put things back in the grocery store line? Do I have enough money to take my kids out on the weekend and do something fun? All of those things are how people feel. And that is what defines the economy. How much do I have to spend for Black Friday and for Christmas presents? Do I feel like, my kids are going to do better than me? And that still is something that the administration has not figured out how to message on.
Before we let you go, Leland, when the Vidderts gather around the big Thanksgiving table this week, what are you going for first?
Well, Probably the turkey smoked on the big green egg.
On the big green egg.
Ooh,
yum.
That does sound good. Okay, well, I'm doing it on my Traeger grill, so we might have to compare notes.
Nah.
It's a big green egg or bust.
What is cheater? Cheater.
Hey, just real quick, too, I read in your warnotes.com newsletter, you had a nice experience with a shuttle driver talking about your book, Born Lucky. What happened there?
I just got on a rental car shuttle in St. Louis after a very long day and started talking to this guy next to me. He said, why are you here? And I said, I'm here to just talk about my book and give a speech. And he says, what's your book? And before I could sort of start talking about Born Lucky and the story of my father adapting me to the world rather than the world to me when I was diagnosed with autism, the shuttle driver of the National Rental Car Shuttle, he turns around and he goes, I know you, man. He goes, I've seen you on TV. I've watched you on Fox, the local station here, and MSNBC. He says, your dad is a hero. Every dad needs to be like your dad, which is the Born Lucky story, right? It's the story of hope for every parent of a kid who is struggling and the power of what parents can do. And Anthony and I had a nice talk, and great man, just trying to do for his nieces and nephews. He doesn't have kids, what my dad did for me. And I think that story of Born Lucky, it's why it's resonated. It's why your listeners have been so taken by it. And the book is now on sale, 25% off for Black Friday on Amazon. So support your local Seattle business, Amazon. And you can go get it on Amazon starting, I guess it was yesterday, 25% off. Born Lucky is the book.
Yeah, just our little mom and pop shop here in Seattle.
Yeah. I think they'll make it. I think they will make it.
Leland's, happy Thanksgiving. We love chatting with you every week.
All right, talk to you guys soon. Happy Thanksgiving.
7:23 now, and Chris Sullivan is watching traffic this morning.
And we are finally starting to see a little bit of improvement on northbound I-5 through the Tacoma Core after our second issue of the morning at the Port of Tacoma Road. Earlier, we had a crash blocking the HOV lane, and just up to a little bit ago, we had some debris blocking a couple of lanes. But we're back down to about 28 minutes to go from Tacoma to Federal Way, so about a 10-minute delay through the area. Once you're through there, it's really not too bad of a drive. We've got about 32 minutes out of South Center, which puts us at about a 50-minute trip from Federal Way to Seattle, which for most Tuesdays, that's about a 15-minute improvement. So that's good. Valley Freeway has about 18 minutes out of Auburn, but still over 50 from Puyallup because of the brake lights through Pacific. But by most days' standards, it's lighter than out there, and we're under 30 minutes from Renton to Bellevue. Out of the north end, it is pretty heavy through Canyon Park on southbound 405. You're going to need about 45 to 48 minutes to get you down into Bellevue. About 45 minutes as well from Everett down into Seattle. It's not as bad through Mount Lake Terrace and Shoreline as it could be. We're also looking at heavy slowing on 522 westbound across the Snohomish River down towards Echo Falls, but nothing you can't handle. Lake bridges, though, are still in very good shape. This report brought to you by ProSculpt, the one-day permanent fat loss and skin tightening solution for men and women, offered by New Skin Med Spa in Bellevue. Book your free consult, ProSculpt.com.
We'll see rain at times in the afternoon hours, 46-hour high for today, just a light breeze. Tomorrow, showers will be late in the day and 50, and then Thanksgiving showers throughout the day, a high of 51. Drying out, though, for Friday and Saturday. Right now, it's 42 and cloudy in Seattle.
Straight ahead on Seattle's Morning News, we head to SeaTac Airport. Luke Ducey is live and tells us how the lines are looking.
The Seahawks got it done on the road.
Gonna let it fly. Got a man, JSN. Makes the catch.
Bouncing back.
For a touchdown, Seahawks.
We always just put the mission over anything else, no matter what it is, man. We try to get that W.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, holy catfish.
Happy for JSN. He's doing an incredible job. Brings it every day.
But every opportunity he has to make a play, he's doing it.
It's just hard to guard him, bro. Like, he's just so efficient at what he do.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the third annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
This season, gift yourself the chance to slow down and truly savor holiday wonders just a short journey from home. Victoria, BC glows with festive lights, charming traditions, and the space to reconnect with yourself, loved ones, and the joy of the season. Victoria is just a scenic ferry or seaplane ride from Seattle, making it the perfect getaway. This Christmas, step into a more relaxed rhythm. Plan your trip at tourismvictoria.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
A bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes!
Are you planning an event in 2026? Make it unforgettable at T-Mobile Park. Mariners suites and group tickets are perfect for any occasion. Fundraisers, school outings, work parties, family celebrations, and more. Enjoy customizable catering, flexible setups for 14 to 400 people, and epic game day views, all with the help of a dedicated Mariners rep. Get ahead and start planning your event today at mariners.com.
This weekend only, the magic of the season comes alive at Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees. The University of Puget Sound Tennis Pavilion transforms into a sparkling winter wonderland. Snap a photo with Santa, shop for unique holiday gifts, and marvel at more than 25 beautifully decorated trees. Bring a teddy bear, Play-Doh, or a Matchbox card to brighten a child's hospital stay. Don't miss the holiday tradition that gives back. This weekend only. Visit festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Corporate megastores are spending millions lobbying D.C. politicians on one-sided policies that send small businesses tumbling. They want to enact harmful credit card mandates that take resources away from your local credit union and community bank, leaving Main Street businesses with less access to credit, making it harder for your family to pay for everyday goods like gas and groceries. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for the more than 6,000 youth and young adults in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
The markets and the economy will change, but you should always know what you can rely on from your financial advisor. I'm John Ramsire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Seattle. With deep planning and investment expertise, Baird's financial advisors have guided individuals and families through changing markets for more than 100 years. And in all that time, our guiding principle has never changed. Our clients come first, always. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Seattle.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 7:30. Well, Thanksgiving travel is in full swing between now and next week. The TSA expects 18 million Americans to go through the nation's airports.
And we're talking millions more hitting the highways. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live at SeaTac Airport, and he's talking with travelers. Luke.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. And we've got some delays to tell you about, not here at SeaTac, but across the country. A lot of people connecting today. We'll get to that in a second. But I admit, I was expecting pure chaos here at the airport this morning. And now I kind of wish I was traveling today. I'm right outside checkpoint 4. The lines are short, quick, and they are sweet. The departure drop-off area, I just looked at that a little bit ago, and that seems good to go as well. Of course, 90% of people traveling this Thanksgiving will be driving. Let's talk about the roads a little bit. AAA projects 1 million more drivers on the road across the country than last year. Some driving tips for you. According to INREX, the best time to drive today is anytime before noon. After that, well, forget about it. And before 11 a.m. tomorrow, get on the road. Earlier, the better. WashDOT says toll lanes on 167 and 405 are going to be free on Thanksgiving for everyone. The most congested route this week will be I-5 northbound anywhere between Seattle and Bellingham. Expect delays and a lot of congestion. Travel by bus, train, and cruise ships actually are also predicted to increase 8.5% this year. All right, back to the airport and those delays. 1,400 delays according to FlightAware across the country right now. Chicago, O'Hare, and Atlanta the most impacted by far. Also, if you're flying across the country from Seattle, the Olympic pipeline leak you've been hearing about in the headlines, we've been reporting about it this week in Snohomish, that is impacting flights. They're trucking jet fuel from Blaine to SeaTac, but Alaska Airlines has been landing in Billings, Montana to refuel jets on their way to the East Coast. Delta has been refueling in Spokane, tacking on about 1 to 2 hours of flying time, so just be aware. I've been chatting with folks, like you said, Charlie, here at SeaTac, and you know what? I met Lasana. She's traveling back to Cleveland to meet family, and when it comes to traveling during the holidays, this is her favorite thing.
Just the excitement of getting to your destination and being able to meet with family and celebrate.
Yeah, I heard that all over and over, meeting with family and friends. And here's the worst thing.
Just the overall, taking so much stuff off. That's why I try to travel sweats, leggings, something easy so I can get through the line quickly.
So you've got a jacket, hats, headphones, hoodie. You got to take all that off.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's cold outside, and then you got to go through that TSA line. So here we go. Charlie, Manda, Sully, and Katrina, all you listeners, have banned me from leaving you with any cliches like pack your patience. You're going to hear that one. That
you just said it again, Luke.
I know. So just tack that one on to the thousands of times you're going to hear it today. So AI has suggested instead that I tell you all, you ready for this one? Hey, folks, just set your expectations on the ground and walk away slowly. I love how that rolls right off the tongue. I think
it doesn't.
I think that's going to catch on. It's going to replace. No. I'll
just
try
don't
again.
have any expectations.
I've got another half an hour. 8 o'clock. I'll be back with more.
All right. Thank you, Luke. Let's head over to the traffic desk now. And Sully, it is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and the calm before the storm.
And just a couple of quick tips to add on to that if you're going to the airport. Drive further south and drop your person off there. There's no reason to drop them off right at Alaska. There's so much room further south. And if you're going to park in the parking garage, look at the south end first, because it always fills up last because everybody tries to fill up
Gotta be near Alaska.
So, yeah, but I hate to tell you, every checkpoint gets in.
Yep, you just have to walk a little bit.
So anyway, to the roads now. We did have another little issue right near 54th and 5th, but the travel time from Tacoma to Federal Way is back down to 20 minutes, and we're back under 50 from Federal Way to Seattle. Renton to Bellevue is now running over a half an hour, so we're starting to fill in there a little bit. Valley Freeway still struggling through Pacific, but if you have about a 50-minute trip there, that's not bad. Coming down from the north end, heavy brake lights through the Canyon Park area on 405. For I-5, it's just kind of that general malaise. All in all, working your way down. 45 minutes either one of those trips to Seattle or Bellevue. This report brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown text newsletter to 888-973-5476. Subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown where you can get the latest news about your favorite shows right to your inbox.
Well, not terrible weather-wise. We will see rain picking up for the afternoon hours, mainly in the afternoon. 46-hour high today. Big story is snow in the mountains today. For tomorrow, showers will be late in the day, a high of 50, and Thanksgiving looks like you will get wet. Showers at times throughout the day and a high of 51, but drying out for Friday and Saturday. Highs by Saturday, only the upper 40s. Right now it's 42 and mostly cloudy in Seattle.
For more than 50 years, the voice Seattle trusts. This is Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
And it's time for the 7:35 commentary. An 80-year-old man sees teenagers spray painting the Ballard Bridge in broad daylight. He stops to record them on his phone. One of the teens, 17 years old, walks over and punches him multiple times, bloodying his lip and injuring his shoulder. The kid knew he was being recorded. And Seattle police did excellent work. They gathered evidence, lifted fingerprints from spray cans, tracked down the suspect through social media tips, and arrested him at his high school Friday. Textbook investigation. Then they drove him to the Judge Patricia H. Clark Children and Family Justice Center, which declined to book him. Sent him home with mom. He's not alone. Last month, Seattle police arrested a teenage girl for a felony vandalism after catching her spray painting a downtown business. Black spray paint still on her hands. The same juvenile center refused to book her. Released to parents. In Tukwila, police arrested multiple teens linked to vehicle thefts and assault on a bystander who tried to intervene. One teen punched the victim, causing injuries. Juvenile detention declined to book the main assault suspect. Release to parents after processing. Arrest, process, release, same day. And when these teens turn 18, the system often works exactly the same way. In January, someone killed a pedestrian in a Renton hit and run. Judge Joanna Bender set bail at $10,000, so the suspect posted $1,000 and walked. Whether they showed up for court or not, the message was clear. Even killing someone might mean quick release. Over in Spokane, the Spokesman Review reports judges have released over 200 people accused of violent felonies without bail, including 33 alleged rapists. One prosecutor described the routine: arrest, process, release, same day, same judge, Groundhog Day for the accused. The judges say they're following Washington Criminal Rule 3.2. The rule's theory is reasonable, innocent until proven guilty. Don't punish poverty, avoid disrupting jobs and families. Noble intentions. But teenagers don't read reform white papers. They observe outcomes. Punch an elderly man on camera? Home for dinner. Caught with spray paint on your hands? Release to parents. Young people watch. They see patterns, and the pattern couldn't be clearer. Assault someone, vandalize property, arrest, process, release, same day. No overnight stale. No real disruption. They figure it out fast. Why worry about consequences when the system keeps declining to deliver them? We overcorrected for real problems. We used to lock up too many kids for too long over too little, and that needed fixing. But we've swung so far the other direction that now there's often nothing at all. These kids move into adulthood without ever learning that actions have weight. Small offenses bring no response. So what happens when the stakes get higher? And it gets worse when judges share that philosophy, choosing release over any accountability, even in violent cases. There's space between locking everyone up and locking no one up. We're not finding it. We're not just missing chances to teach. We're teaching the wrong lesson entirely. That accountability is optional, negotiable. Arrest, process, release. Same day. The lack of consequences does that 17-year-old graffiti vandal no favors. We're setting up a generation to hit harder walls much later. They deserve to learn these lessons now when the stakes are lower and the path back is shorter. We're not being kind. We're being neglectful. And that's the commentary for November 25th, 2025. You can text us at 888-973-5476 or leave a comment at mynorthwest.com.
It's 7:40. What's coming up in traffic, Sully?
Well, we're going to take a look at a crash on 509 northbound getting into South Park. We'll break it down for you next.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, "Buy low, sell high." There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way. With a dedication to lasting quality. Trusted performance and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
7:43, Chris Sullivan is watching traffic.
And we've got a pretty sizable backup on northbound 509, trying to get from Burien down towards the 1st Avenue South Bridge. We've got a crash at Cloverdale, which is blocking the left-hand lane, and we're backed up pretty significantly, almost to 128th now, so it's about a 2-mile backup and growing. So that's not going to be a very good option for you now getting northbound. I-5 northbound itself is also pretty heavy from the middle of Boeing Field. We're running over 30 minutes from South Center, and that puts us at about 50 all the way from Federal Way. Still have a pretty sizable backup to deal with getting past the Car Museum and the Dome in Tacoma. This is after we had 3 little issues there by the Port of Tacoma Road earlier this morning. Travel time, though, back down from Tacoma to Federal Way at about 22 minutes, which really isn't too bad. Valley Freeway, we have the brake lights through Pacific, but not as bad through Auburn. It is heavy from 180th on in, so you're still going to need about 55 minutes from Puyallup to Renton. Renton to Bellevue is about 35 with brake lights not only past the VMAC, but up over I-90. Speaking of I-90, it looks like we have a new crash blocking westbound I-90 just before the Mount Baker Tunnel. We're backing up all the way across Mercer Island now. 520, though, wide open. 50 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue, heaviest part of either one of those drives, south of Canyon Park on 405. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app and stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
Our forecast is cloudy with light rain at times, mainly in the afternoon hours today. 46-hour high. Lots of snow in the mountains, though. For tomorrow, look for the showers to occur late in the afternoon. 50 tomorrow, and then Thanksgiving Day. Showers at times and 51. Drying out for Friday. Still mostly cloudy. A few peaks of sunshine, but the showers should dry up. 52 on Friday. It's 42 in Seattle right now.
7:45 now. Sabrina Carpenter wrapped her short and sweet tour in L.A. with one final on-stage arrest. Here's KIRO Newsradio's Katrina Gishard.
Some say she may have saved the best for last. Sabrina brought out Miss Piggy for her playful segment where she arrests someone for being too hot.
So many people here tonight. Are you enjoying the show?
Earlier stops featured arrest of SZA, Dakota, and Elle Fanning, Maya Rudolph, but it seems Miss Piggy definitely stole the spotlight.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't go to her tour when it stopped here in Seattle, because, you know, I would not want to be pulled up on stage.
And you would definitely be the hottest.
Yeah,
there,
I mean, clearly. I mean, Dakota and Elle Fanning, SZA.
And
Miss
Charlie
Piggy,
Harger.
And Charlie Harger.
Quite the roundup.
Thank you, Katrina. It's 7:45. Seattle's Morning News continues after this.
Black Friday deals are back at Dania Furniture. For a limited time, discover incredible savings on Nordic-inspired furniture and decor for every space in your home. From statement pieces for your living room to instant upgrades for the dining room, bedroom, and more. It's the perfect time to refresh your favorite space or reimagine your entire home. Dania Furniture. We make it simple. You make it home. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at daniafurniture.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
This weekend only, the magic of the season comes alive at Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees. The University of Puget Sound Tennis Pavilion transforms into a sparkling winter wonderland. Snap a photo with Santa, shop for unique holiday gifts, and marvel at more than 25 beautifully decorated trees. Bring a teddy bear, Play-Doh, or a Matchbox card to brighten a child's hospital stay. Don't miss the holiday tradition that gives back. This weekend only. Visit festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime.
Seattle's Morning News, wherever you are.
7:49 now. We're hearing from a dirt biker who fell nearly 200 feet down a cliff east of Wilkeson. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibao.
Anthony Harris took one wrong step last Friday and the ground disappeared.
Within a moment's notice, I was flying down this cliff. I had no way to grab anything. There was nothing to brace onto, so I was just going down.
He'd just hopped off his dirt bike near Mount Rainier, helmet off, taking in the view, grabbing a drink of water. Body cam video showing his friend alerting authorities. Search and rescue rigged high-angle ropes to pull him up the hillside.
Samantha Lomibao reporting.
People with untreated sleep apnea face a higher risk of Parkinson's disease. Here's correspondent Michael George.
New research from Oregon Health and Science University found when sleep apnea goes untreated, breathing and oxygen intake during sleep is disrupted, impacting the functioning of neurons in the brain. Over the course of years, that can significantly increase the risk for neurodegenerative conditions, including Parkinson's.
7:50 now, and we head live to CBS military analyst Jeff McCausland. A lot of developments this morning in terms of peace between Ukraine and Russia. Earlier, Jeff, we had heard from U.S. officials saying that Ukraine had essentially agreed to a peace plan. Now we're seeing some backtracking on that. What are you seeing, and what are some of your observations here?
Well, it's interesting that there have been these negotiations between the United States and Ukraine and Switzerland, but now the focus has turned to Abu Dhabi, where Secretary of the Army Driscoll, as representative of the United States, is conducting talks apparently with Ukrainian delegation as well as a Russian delegation. Unclear if those are direct or separate meetings, but there's talk that there is an outline for an agreement. The Ukrainians have said, of course, the details are yet to be worked out, but really haven't heard anything specifically from the Russian side on what they thought of it. The Russians had, in some cases, rejected the initial proposal, which was leaked last week, which most people thought actually was a Russian proposal, or at least fulfilled a lot of the requirements of the Russians. And then they secondarily rejected a counter-proposal made by the Europeans, which was much more focused on security guarantees for Ukraine and did not transfer territory to Russia that they don't now currently occupy. So there seems to be a movement right now in the direction of perhaps some type of an agreement, but it's unclear whether or not how close we are to that. And obviously in all these things, Charlie, the last few yards are the toughest yards to actually get an agreement. And I'm really concerned if it is a possibility, but we really haven't heard much publicly by the Russians.
Sadly, we only have about a minute left, but I do want to ask you also about this new fallout from the video released by some Democrats that reminded members of the military they should refuse to obey illegal orders. I wanted to ask you what you think about the Pentagon now investigating Arizona Senator Mark Kelly.
Well, I think you nailed it at the top there, man. They reminded them about their obligations under the UCMJ. The military people are not allowed to or are accountable if they follow an illegal order. And you could disagree with them doing that, but the response by the president calling for them to be court-martialed, saying George Washington would hang them, they're potentially guilty of sedition, which can be treated by the death penalty. And Mr. Trump now has done 29 social media posts about this, I'm told, in the last 24 to 36 hours. So that response has been clearly over the top, and even many Republicans have said that. The problem is, I think, trying to get transparency on what the administration is doing, particularly with respect to Venezuela and the sinking of these boats, as well as the use of military forces in the cities of the United States, and making sure that we have judicial review of these things, that they're legal, and in case of the operations in Venezuela, that we have congressional action which provide authorization and then legal authority if, in fact, that's what the administration thinks the United States should, in fact, pursue.
And just real quickly, Jeff, you as a retired military officer, is this something you think about?
Absolutely. I mean, because in essence, I think one of the reasons the president is pursuing this is consciously or unconsciously trying to intimidate the retired military guys like me from saying things publicly and getting in line. And I think that's why, in particular, they're picking on this particular case and picking on Mr. Kelly. Second of all, of course, ironically, Kelly was considered for the vice president nominee in the Democratic Party in 24, and many have thought of him as a potential candidate for president in 28. So that may be another reason politically why the administration seems to be so earnest in going after him with this Pentagon potential investigation.
And Senator Kelly has said, I will not be intimidated. We appreciate your time. CBS military analyst Jeff McCausland. Have a great Thanksgiving.
You too.
And now let's head over to Sully for traffic.
Got about a 2.5-mile backup now on northbound 509, working our way out of Burien into South Park. Backup begins right around 128th and goes all the way up to about Cloverdale. That's where the left-hand lane is blocked. If you're over on I-5, it's a rather standard Tuesday, about 10 minutes faster than normal at about a 52-minute drive with 35 of those minutes from South Center. We do have a stall blocking the right lane on westbound I-90 approaching approaching the Mount Baker Tunnel, backing up onto Mercer Island. Give yourself about 26 minutes from Bellevue to Seattle. Rest of the map looks about average for this time of day, maybe a little lighter. This report brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476 and subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown.
We'll likely see some light rain by afternoon, snow in the mountains, and a high today of 46. It's 42 in Seattle.
You are listening to Seattle's Morning News.
The John Curley Show.
Katie Wilson is putting her team, her power powerhouse transition team together.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
Put everything in place and solve all the big problems that everybody expects to have solved when it comes to government. When I asked her if she's okay with being, the West Coast Mondani, she seemed to have no problem with it. And of course, Mondani, the new mayor of New York, has said that, well, there's no problem too small that the government can't solve, and the government cares so much. The government's going to care so much, and the government's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
It's about grit.
Leonard Williams drags him down.
Running through whatever gets in your way.
The handoff to Charbonnet. Stiff arms a man, turns, first down. Oh my goodness! What a blast!
Fighting for every yard.
The handoff to Walker. He breaks a tackle, comes back to the near side, stumbles across the 10, breaks the tackle. Touchdown! Seahawks!
And a drive that never ends. Celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football. Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A U.S. official says Ukraine agrees to the framework of a U.S.-backed peace deal. And regarding changes that country was demanding, CBS's Holly Williams reports.
We can't confirm those changes, but there's been reporting that it could remove the veto on NATO membership, that it could include security guarantees for Ukraine, and that it may not restrict the size of Ukraine's military. But we need to point out that if those changes have in fact been made to the plan, it seems unlikely that Vladimir Putin will ever agree to it. And then we'll be back to square one. Ukrainian officials are also hoping to see President Zelensky pay a visit to Washington in the coming days.
Hamas hands over another possible hostage body. CBS's Vicky Barker.
The Israeli army says the Red Cross has received a coffin containing the remains of a hostage. Hamas says the remains were recovered from the center of Gaza and handed over as part of the U.S. brokered ceasefire deal. If forensic tests confirm the identity, that would leave 2 hostages seized in the October 7th massacres still unaccounted for and presumed dead in Gaza.
Residents near Houston are picking up the pieces after a tornado damages over 100 homes. CBS's Karen Waugh is in Harris County.
Officials say that there are about 100 or so homes and buildings that have been damaged, so there needs to be a lot of surveying of that today. They're also trying to restore power as quickly as possible. We know a few homes in this neighborhood, residents tell us power has already been restored. One resident we spoke to, she's lived here for more than 10 years, says she's never seen anything like this before.
Some storms could cause problems for holiday travelers. CBS News Philadelphia meteorologist Andrew Kozak.
The Deep South still could be looking at more severe weather today. In addition to the heavy rain and the gusty winds, it's going to be for the Deep South, including the areas like Atlanta. If you have travel plans, obviously the busiest airport, I was going to say the country, if not the world, likely you may see some delays or cancellations.
After months of big gains, September U.S. retail sales increased a modest 0.2% from August, and consumer confidence levels continue to tumble on growing concerns over the economy. CBS's Kelly O'Grady says ahead.
Deloitte says that consumers are actually going to pull back a little bit this holiday weekend. The average consumer is expected to spend $622, which still sounds like a lot this weekend, but that is down 4% versus last year. Overall, though, we have seen so many estimates when it comes to consumer spending, even one from the National Retail Federation says overall this season people are expected to spend more.
Good news for inflation. The cost for producers rose minimally for the month of September. The reports have been delayed more than a month because of the government shutdown. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
8:03, time for traffic on the 3s with Chris Sullivan.
And we are working with a sizable delay, probably a 15, 20-minute variety, maybe a little bit more, on northbound 509 because of a crash we have approaching South Park right there at Cloverdale. We are backed up all the way to 128th pretty solidly. This thing's in the left-hand lane, so if you're coming out of Burien, 509 is not going to be your friend, but if you jumped on 99, you'll get around this and just have the slowing to have right there before the First Avenue South Bridge. I-5 northbound itself is pretty heavy, but for a Tuesday, overall, the travel time is running about 20 minutes faster than normal. That's our holiday discount today on the Tuesday. It's 35 minutes from South Center, 55 all the way from Federal Way. Still have a little bit of braking in Fife, a little bit on northbound I-5, trying to get to 16 westbound. Looks like we might have a crash on that flyover ramp to deal with. Valley Freeway, about 50 minutes from end to end, with 20 of those minutes out of Auburn. Rented to Bellevue, about a half an hour. Coming down from the north end, 40 minutes from Everett to Seattle, 45 Everett to Bellevue. Those are 25, 30 minutes faster than a typical Tuesday. And across the lake, we're still dealing with heavy braking on Mercer Island over to the Mount Baker Tunnel, but the stall that started it is out of the right lane. This report brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. Prepare to be enchanted with the mentalists and illusionists of the clairvoyance, who are coming to the Emerald Queen Casino December 4th at a holiday spectacular. The Clairvoyance, December 4th, only at the Emerald Queen Casino.
8:04 on the Tuesday, November 25th, 2025 edition of Seattle's Morning News. I'm Charlie Harger with Manda Factor.
Well, Thanksgiving travel is already in full swing. Between now and next week, the TSA expects 18 million Americans to pass through the nation's airports.
And millions more will hit the highways. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey is live at SeaTac Airport, and he's speaking with travelers. Luke?
Good morning, everyone. Smooth sailing so far in the checkout lines right outside checkpoint 4 here at SeaTac. Lines are short and quick. I got to tell you, it doesn't seem like it's a holiday travel day at all. But SeaTac has also their new larger checkpoint 5 open, so maybe that's helping out. That said, TSA expects the crowds are going to start picking up today. The busiest travel day this week will be Sunday, with everyone trying to get back home. FlightAware reporting 1,500 delayed flights across the country right now. By far, Atlanta the most miserable right now with 500 delays. And that can have a domino effect. It is a huge Delta hub, of course, so check your Delta flights if you're leaving. Some tips from TSA if you're come to the airport to make your trip even smoother. Have a valid ID ready, a real ID or a passport. Pack smart and listen to TSA instructions at the security checkpoint. I would also say try out SeaTac Spot Saver to reserve a place in the TSA line. I've used it. It's fantastic. I've been talking with folks, like you mentioned, about what is their worst and their favorites, or their favorite and their worst thing about traveling during the holidays. And, everyone has told me by far the best thing, by far, reuniting with friends and family. I think we can all agree with that. So I asked Fred, who's flying from Seattle to Chicago, what is one of the worst things?
So it's the ones that feel entitled to get in front of you because they decided to leave 15 minutes late and I left 15 minutes on time, and now you get to push me around.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Fred. And here's another pet peeve.
They get to the TSA gate and they just forget that it's a TSA gate and you have to be prepared to take your shoes off or be prepared to open your bag up. So, yeah, it's those people.
And when he gave me that answer, I realized Fred and I would make great travel buddies. He really gets it. He does. And he gets me, I think. Of course, 90% of people traveling this Thanksgiving, they're going to be driving, not flying. So let's talk about the roads real quick. AAA projects 73 million Americans traveling by car, 1 million more drivers than there were last year. Some driving tips real quick. According to INREX, the best time to drive is before 12 noon today. Get on the road now, folks. Tick, 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 tick. And before 11 a.m. tomorrow, the tolls on 167 and 405 are going to be free on Thanksgiving, so that's great news. All right, listeners. I need you. I need you on my side here. Charlie, Manda, Sully, and Katrina told me this morning, if I tell all of you to pack your, you-know-what, amid the travel hustle and bustle, they would steal something off my desk for every time I said it, the old cliche. So I'm trying out new cliches thanks to AI this morning. So let's try this one out and see if you guys like this one. Hey, everyone, duct tape your sanity to your body. Chaos knows where you live. Actually, I hate that. That's just really bad. That's really bad.
And painful.
And by the way, we're not stealing things off the top of your desk. We're rifling through your stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I was taking stuff from your home. But that's different.
And that is why you're not invited over.
All right. Luke Ducey, live at SeaTac. All right. Thanks, Luke. 8:08 now. As families prepare for road trips, drivers feel a little bit of a pinch at the pump. Here's KIRO TV's Lindsay Sheldon.
Right now, the average for a gallon of regular in Washington is $4.18. Snohomish County, slightly higher than that. A big jump for King County, $4.55 right there. And Pierce County, it's $4.24. If you're leaving Washington, filling up in Oregon will cost you $3.81 a gallon. Idaho, it's even cheaper, a bargain there, $3.27. And nationwide, the average is $3.05.
Okay, so we're still in the fours, and Gas Buddy reports 4 stations in the Oklahoma City area are selling regular for $1.99 a gallon. And those aren't temporary promotions. Those are the regular prices.
It's been a while since we've seen that around here. If you're driving on Highway 167 late tomorrow night, expect a major closure. Crews will be installing a new 60-foot concrete girder on the damaged bridge in Pacific. All northbound lanes will be shut down between Stewart and Ellingson. This closure will start at 11 o'clock at night and last until 5 o'clock Thursday morning on Thanksgiving. That work is part of the ongoing repairs that should wrap up sometime in January.
Keeping you informed since 1974.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
First rock concert at the Seattle Coliseum.
Oh, my goodness.
The Steve Miller Band, the Black Crow. Wait, no, the Black Crows opened for Robert Plant a few weeks later, but Steve Miller Band.
Amazing.
Oh, they would.
The Coliseum. Wow, we date ourselves, don't we?
We sure do. You are Manda Factor. I'm Charlie Harger. Sully is keeping an eye, so far, kind of a Tuesday light.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tuesday's usually our heaviest day of the week, but we're seeing 20-minute faster trips all the way around, except for a couple of spots. So, yeah, it's a good day out there.
People have visions of stuffing and mashed potatoes in their head. They're at home right now. Appreciate that. Jonah Oakley filling in for David Burbank. Nick Kreisha is picking the music. Thank you, Nick. And Katrina Gishard is at the news desk.
And coming up, a judge dismissed the prosecutions of James Comey and Tish James, saying the Trump administration installed a prosecutor who had no legal authority to bring those cases. Hear what the New York Times investigative reporter David Farenthold has to say about that coming up.
And on the opposite side, we'll also speak with News Nation's Leland Vittert and get his take on those rulings yesterday. It's 8:10.
And the Washington State Supreme Court is about to have a new justice, as we hear from KIRO Newsradio's Frank Lindsay.
Governor Bob Ferguson announced his first appointment to the state's high court, Colleen Melody, who heads up the Civil Rights Division in the state attorney general's office. Melody says out of all her experiences, she feels most fortunate for the time she had with her colleagues there.
They work tirelessly every day to protect and uphold the dignity of their neighbors, and it's work that I will miss doing alongside them.
Melody will replace Mary Yu, who is stepping down at the end of this year. Her term runs until the end of 2028, so next year, voters will decide who will serve out the rest of it. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Boeing's next trip to space will not include astronauts. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Monique Ming-Lavin.
NASA and Boeing agreeing to keep astronauts off the next Starliner mission after stranding 2 astronauts for several months last year. There were thruster issues on their capsule, so the ship came back unmanned. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams were left at the International Space Station. Now, in a statement, NASA crew program manager Steve Stitch wrote, quote, NASA and Boeing are continuing to rigorously test the Starliner propulsion system in preparation for 2 potential flights next year.
Well, house fires are a bigger risk on Thanksgiving Day than you might think. And KIRO News Radio's Heather Bosch reports most will start in the kitchen.
The National Fire Protection Association says more home cooking fires spark on Thanksgiving in the U.S. than any other day of the year. The flames usually erupting from food left cooking unattended. State Farm says losses from an average cooking fire total more than $73,000.
They say don't leave the kitchen if you're cooking on the stove or the house if you're cooking in the oven.
At 8:12, let's get a check on weather brought to us by State Roofing and Exteriors. Today is the stormiest day of the week. We're expecting by the afternoon rain, perhaps heavy at times in Seattle. High of 46, but the real story becomes the mountain snow. So many people traveling later this afternoon. This is the day you definitely need to be checking the past reports, staying up to date with our traffic reports, and bringing chains with you heading over Stevens and Qualmy, or however you're getting east of the mountains. Tomorrow, the showers start to die down. Highs in the 50s. Occasional showers throughout the day on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Chance of showers on Friday as well. Dries out for Saturday. Seattle right now, we have cloudy skies. It's 40.
It's 8:13, as long as we're throwing out cliches. Is this the calm before the storm, Mr.
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes, it is. And again, if you're not on the road by noon, you're going to have a rougher go today. Kind of mixed with our drive home today for our commute home. And then by 11 tomorrow. By the way, I just checked the passes right now. If you're heading over Stevens later, traction tires are still advised there on Stevens. White and Snoqualmie, though, don't have any restrictions at this point. The most unusual slowing we have on this somewhat quieter than normal Tuesday is on northbound 509. It is bumper to bumper and just not moving from 128th coming out of Burien all the way up to South Park at Cloverdale. That's where the left lane remains blocked. If you want to jump down and work your way to 99 and get to the First Avenue South Bridge that way, you will save yourself a ton of time. But again, that can't handle all the volume once you get down to South Park. If you're on I-5, you're going to have about a 35-minute trip from South Center to downtown. All of that braking is from the middle to north end of Boeing Field past the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. Behind that, though, not too bad. We were at about 55 minutes total. Still struggling through Pacific, but not bad in Auburn. It's pretty heavy at the north end of that drive at 167. Looks like we have a crash just north of the 405 interchange. Either way, 20 minutes out of Auburn, 50 out of Puyallup, and Renton to Bellevue's a half an hour. Across the lake, 520 is wide open. I-90 still struggling across Mercer Island, but breaking up. We had an earlier stall right before the Mount Baker Tunnel. 45 minutes Everett to Bellevue, 40 Everett to Seattle. This report brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476. Get your daily KIRO News Radio Rundown, the latest news, updates from your favorite shows right to your inbox.
Macaulay Culkin was met with a frosty response for his take on a Christmas classic. Here's KIRO News Radio's Katrina Gashard.
The actor cemented his place in the Christmas Movie Hall of Fame with, of course, Home Alone back in 1990. At a fan event celebrating the 35th anniversary of the film, the 45-year-old was asked about his favorite holiday films, and he declared he does not consider this film to be an official Christmas movie.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Unless you want to open the front door for me.
I'm afraid not.
Die Hard. He was reportedly booed by fans almost immediately. So do you consider it a Christmas movie?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. Yeah. Come on. It's a Christmas movie. Totally.
All right. Well, fun fact, the director said back in 2020 that they did not intend for it to be a Christmas movie, but the joy that came from it really made it a Christmas movie.
It was at a Christmas party, holiday party for the company at the Nakatomi Plaza.
He says, ho, 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 I have a machine gun now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katrina. Jinx, you owe me a Coke, Sully. It's 8:16.
Seattle's morning news on KIRO News Radio.
On Tuesdays, we check in with New York Times investigative reporter David Farenthold for the big stories of the week.
And David, one of those big stories is President Trump's effort to punish two of his most outspoken critics, and the courts are not going to move forward, at least for now. This was pretty messy. Tell us where things stand this morning.
Oh, this was just so screwed up from the beginning. So Trump really wants to punish Jim Comey, who was the FBI director, who basically helped him get elected in 2016, but then he fired because of the Russia investigation in 2017, and Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, who sued him and won a huge amount of money while he was out of office. So he tried to get prosecutors in Virginia to go after both of them, Comey for leaking to the media, James for mortgage fraud. The career prosecutors wouldn't do it. He had to bring in this basically inexperienced political flunky to indict both of them. But she screwed it up. And so yesterday, the court threw out both Comey's indictment and James's indictment on the grounds that the U.S. attorney that Trump had picked, not surprisingly because she had never prosecuted a case before, didn't do it right. Now, those cases could be brought again. But there's two things to remember. One is that they were regarded as fairly weak, and the other one is that the statute of limitations on Comey's appears to have expired. So in both cases, it will be pretty hard to bring them again.
At the same time, could we expect the president to go after more of his political adversaries in the future?
Yes. I mean, I think we're already seeing it with Mark Kelly, the senator from Arizona. He was one of several senators the other day who posted a video telling members of the U.S. military not to follow unlawful orders, which, I mean, that's the rule anyway, but telling them not to follow unlawful orders. And Trump was so mad about that the Department of Defense has now said that they're going to recall Kelly, who was a former pilot, now retired from the military. They're going to recall him to active duty and try to court-martial him for something, undermining orders or something like that, basically for what he said. So yes, I think the legal experts I've talked to say that they don't really think that's going to go anywhere either. But yes, the effort to punish Trump's enemies by using the legal system is still going on.
I want to switch gears and talk about Ukraine. As you see it, where do things stand with the peace deal between Ukraine and Russia?
Well, I think this one has a chance of sticking. It is a peace deal that is very tilted toward Russia. That was probably inevitable given the battlefield situation. Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, is politically weakened at home because of a huge corruption scandal. Trump, who, as you recall, has been ping-ponging back and forth between being totally for Ukraine and totally for Russia, now seems to be back in the Russia camp. So it seems like they are working on a peace deal that will cede a lot of the ground Russia has conquered to Russia.
And so what does that look like? Do we have a peace deal soon, or is this an ongoing back and forth and we really don't come to a resolution?
Just reading the tea leaves, it seems like this one may actually work, that there really may be some sort of ceasefire. I think Ukraine, because of the Trump administration's lack of support for them, and the conditions in the battlefield, I think Ukraine has really given up much realistic hope of reconquering the things that Russia has taken from them. And remember that at one point in 2022, they were facing the prospect that their entire country would be wiped out. So this is still a huge victory for them. But I think they may realize that there's not a lot of chance of taking back the territory Russia has taken. And if they can get a ceasefire and a chance to rebuild, that's a country that's pretty weary of war. And like I said, Zelensky is very weakened because of the corruption scandals. They may think this is as good as it's going to get, as bad as this deal will be for them.
Talking with David Farenthold of the New York Times, one of the big pieces you wrote in last week is about the Trump Library and how much money it's bringing in. What did you find?
So Trump had a presidential library. He said he wants to start to build it on a plot of land in downtown Miami that the state is going to give him for free. What we got a hold of was the filings that the Trump Library made with the IRS to get certified as a nonprofit. And so as part of that, you have to say how much money you expect to bring in. And they say a lot. They say they've already raised $50 million. That's mostly from settlements with media companies that Trump sued. But then they expect to raise $300 million next year, $600 million the year after that. That's almost $1 billion in the first 3 years while Trump is still in office. A lot more than previous presidents have raised. Generally, Obama, Bush, those before them waited until they were after they were out of office to raise money, just because it's unseemly for the president to go around hitting people up for money while he's still in office. But obviously, Trump is doing that left and right already. So there's not this wouldn't be breaking new ground for Trump. So yes, he said he wants to raise a lot of money and do it while he's still in office.
And a lot of media outlets are contributing to that. Is that something that's normal?
It's not. I mean, the big donations we know about so far are from ABC News, CBS, and Meta/Facebook. Those are because Trump, they didn't give those willingly. Trump sued them. They sued them before he was president, before he won the second time, and then settled with him after he won. Again, using the power of the presidency and his toady at the FCC, who said he wants to put pressure on media outlets. Those companies have decided, look, it's better to settle with Trump and pay him off, basically, to get him off of our backs. That's not anything the president's ever done before. We'll see if now they want to give voluntary contributions, but the ones they've given so far have not been voluntary.
So this is in downtown Miami. Where in the world is he going to park that Air Force One given to him by Qatar?
That's a really good question. What Trump had said at the time was, hey, this gift, the Qatar has given me this free Air Force One. It's not to me, it's the American people. It's going to be flown around after I'm gone. But then he's also said that maybe he wants to put it in his presidential library, or like there is in the Reagan library, or maybe that he just wants to keep it and fly around on it after he's president. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like a great way to get a 747 into downtown Miami, but maybe he hasn't planned that far ahead.
I'm going to move along and ask you some hard-hitting questions before we let you go, David.
Yes.
Are you ready for Thanksgiving?
You will not believe the grocery order I have coming in the next 10 minutes. We'll need 3 refrigerators to hold it all. So yes, I think I am.
And what is the menu item of choice when the Farentholds are all gathered around the Thanksgiving table? What's the one thing you are grabbing for first?
Oh, but this is an easy question. My mother makes this thing called strawberry pretzel salad. It's a layer of crushed up pretzels and butter on the bottom. The middle is a mixture of sour cream and whipped cream. The top is strawberry jello. And the important thing to know is that is not a dessert. It is served as a salad with the meal.
We had something similar called Orange Delight or something like that, and it was not the favorite of mine. But it sounds delicious, your strawberry pretzel thing.
Right out of the elementary school cookbook, it's been a favorite for years.
Okay, David Farenthold, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. David Farenthold from the New York Times.
We appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
It's coming back to me,
Yeah.
rushing back into my head right now. The menu, or the it was called Dayglow salad.
Okay.
It was orange jello with shredded carrots, raisins, dipped in mayonnaise.
Ugh.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. No, I did not carry on the tradition. I appreciate traditions, but that one stopped with me.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on. How about the traffic, Sully?
I'm glad I ate before I came. Looking at an improvement now on northbound 509 because of this crash we've been dealing with near Cloverdale. It's out of the way, but we still have a backup to deal with. It's about half as big, and so it should be clearing pretty quickly. But if you're around 128th down to about 112th, you're going to see it. But after that, it's not too bad. So no need to bail anymore. If you're over on I-5, you're going to see about a 35-minute trip out of South Center. But really behind that from Federal Way on up, it's not too bad at all. We're running right around 52 minutes to make that drive there. The northbound 167 corridor struggling through Pacific, but that's nothing new. Out of Auburn, it's not bad. The north end drive of part of that is pretty heavy from about 180th on up because of a crash just north of the 405 interchange. So actually in Renton itself after 167 ends there. So plan on about 20 minutes out of Auburn. Renton to Bellevue, 35 minutes. No real problems there. Across the lake, we're getting much better on westbound I-90 after an earlier stall near the Mount Baker Tunnel. There is a little westbound slowing as well as you're approaching 405. Coming down from the north end, heavy braking out of Canyon Park, but not too bad on I-5. Need about 43, 44 minutes from Everett to Seattle, about 48 from Everett to Bellevue. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Going to see some rain by afternoon. Snow in the mountains, a high today of 46. For tomorrow, look for the showers late in the day, 50. And then Thanksgiving on Thursday, showers at times throughout the day and 51. It's still 42 in Seattle.
Coming up, we have the new 405 express lanes now delayed, Sully. We'll talk about it with you in your choke points coming up.
Yeah, I've got really good news coming up, don't I?
No, you don't.
No, it's actually horrible news.
So stay tuned, everybody.
For the horrible news.
Morning News.
The Seahawks got it done on the road.
Gonna let it fly. Got a man, JSN. Makes the catch.
Bouncing back.
For a touchdown. Seahawks.
We always just put the mission over anything else, no matter what it is, man. We try to get that W.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Holy catfish.
Happy for JSN. He's doing an incredible job. Brings it every day.
But every opportunity he has to make a play, he's doing that.
It's just hard to guard him, bro. Like, he's just so efficient at what he do.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey there, Dawn Riding with Olympic Hot Tub. Black Friday frenzy is here. Unwrap huge holiday savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas, plus amazing prices on floor models. Selected hot tubs include the Freshwater IQ salt system. Your tub now tests your water for you and adds water care products with a simple push of a button. Amazing. Savings end November 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. meetthenovaks.com.
Hustle
Husky Nation. The rivalry is on, but this time it's bigger than football. This holiday season, we're taking a fight from the field to the table with Rivalry for a Reason, a competition fundraiser between UW and Oregon fans to tackle food insecurity across the Northwest. Every dollar you donate counts as a vote, and votes are unlimited. So let's outgive the Ducks and show our Husky pride. 100% goes to households in need, thanks to Safeway and Northwest Harvest. Visit dogsvsducks.org today.
I'm Macy House with Baird Global Investment Banking. In today's markets, global financial capabilities aren't worth much without personal attention to your priorities. Baird Banking, Research, and Private Equity professionals are located across 3 continents, sharing more than investment expertise. As employee owners of our firm, we all have a personal stake in your success, here in the Pacific Northwest and around the world. Discover the Baird difference. Visit rwbaird.com/Seattle.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at revivemenshealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It's 8:31. Well, here we go. Thanksgiving travel is officially underway.
Yeah, the TSA expects 18 million Americans to pass through airports between now and next week. Millions more will hit the roads.
And KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey joins us live once again from SeaTac Airport.
Good morning, everyone. And it's a good morning here at SeaTac. I got to tell you, I think there's a lot of trepidation here early in the morning. For instance, I walked up to a lot of people, with kids. I wanted to get their perspective when they were checking in. Hey, how are things going? More than a few of them said, hey, not right now. They look frazzled. They got kids. The kids are sleepy. It looked like they were expecting a miserable time. But I got to tell you, smooth sailing here all morning long at SeaTac. At Checkpoint 4, it's where I am right now. The lines are short and quick. The security lines are straight as an arrow. There is no sneaking. Hasn't been all morning. But, of course, 90% of people traveling for Thanksgiving this year are driving. So let's talk about the roads. AAA projects more than a million more drivers, I should say, on the road than there were last year. Some driving tips, according to INREX, the best time to drive is before noon today. Tick, 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 tick. Hurry up, get on the road. And before 11 a.m. tomorrow. The most congested route this week by far will be I-5 northbound, anywhere between Seattle and Bellingham. Back here at the airport, TSA expects today and tomorrow, again, will be busy travel days. The busiest travel day will be Sunday, with everyone trying to get back home, of course. A few delays here at SeaTac, nothing really to report about, but Atlanta is feeling the misery, experiencing more than 500 delayed flights right now, with an average delay time of departures of 34 minutes. So that could have a domino effect. That is a huge Delta hub. Delta, the number 2 carrier out of SeaTac as well. So I've been chatting with folks at SeaTac, like I mentioned. And when it comes to traveling during the holidays, for Zig and Sabrina, who are going back to Maui this morning with their dogs, this is their favorite thing about the holidays.
Just seeing family. Family is everything.
Yeah, they are everything, aren't they? And, man, they're going to have a heck of a meal when they get back to Maui, they told me, for Thanksgiving. But here is their worst thing.
Not traveling.
The chaos for sure.
Getting on the plane.
Getting on the plane.
Oh, it's so close.
I know.
Chaos, not getting on the plane. Let me explain. So they experienced some paperwork issues with their doggos. Yesterday, they were delayed by a day, but they're on their way now. Also, all morning, I've been trying out some new cliches, new travel cliches to end my reports. And instead of telling you things like every other reporter in the world will tell you, like pack your you-know-what, we're going to finish up this morning with, I've got 3 great new cliches that I'm going to try out on you all.
Oh,
I'm targeting our Gen Z listeners. Let's bring in those new listeners. KIRO 7 News in the Mornings, SMN, let's go. How about this? Hey, folks, remember to bring your Delulu-free energy. That's a good one. That's solid, right?
Delulu-free, I like that.
No.
Delulu-free.
Move on, Luke. Next.
That's delusional for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Or, hey, everyone, keep it low-key, no main character meltdowns. And my final offering, my advice, folks, keep your inner hater on airplane mode.
Your inner what?
Hater.
Yeah. Hater.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm old. I was mishearing. I like the Delulu one. I'll take that.
Yeah, that was a
winner from now on.
That report was bet.
Or something like that. Just travel safely and have a happy Thanksgiving, okay?
See you guys back at the station.
Thanks, Luke. It's time to check in with Sully for traffic.
And by the way, if you were wondering why there are so many cancellations in Atlanta, they had severe thunderstorms move through, and they had to take down air traffic control. They had to evacuate the tower early this morning, so that's why even for a blip, that's what can happen. Looking at the roads right now, we're definitely looking really light. The heaviest brake lights are on northbound 405 through the Renton S-curves, and we're still only a half an hour up to Bellevue. Behind that, we've cleared the crash on northbound 167 at 405. The only slowing left on the Valley freeways through Pacific, and we're back down to 50 minutes Federal Way to Seattle. Coming down from the north end, 40 minutes Everett to Seattle, 45 Everett to Bellevue, so we're in a good place. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Chris Sullivan.
And our forecast, yes, we will see some showers, mainly by afternoon. Snow in the mountains, so watch out for that, and 46 today. For tomorrow, look for showers late again, 50. Might see a few sun breaks, but for the most part, we'll see showers. Thursday, Thanksgiving. Hope you're inside. We'll see showers throughout the day in 51. It's 42 in Seattle right now.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Hey, oh, let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
Well, usually there's a silver lining, but these seem like some dark clouds when we talk about them with you, Sully. Not the news East Side drivers want to hear, huh?
No, the major project that we've been working on for the last 5 years, the widening of 405 between Bellevue and Renton and the expansion of the toll system there, was supposed to wrap up by the end of this year. I think anybody who's driven that corridor knew that was not going to happen, but WashDOT is going to miss that deadline by 18 months, a year and a half. I sat down with project administrator Lisa Hodgson yesterday for an exclusive interview, and she gave me the news.
We've been looking at the progress that we made over the summer and really looking at the work that's ahead of us. And at this time, we're forecasting that our project will be complete in summer 2027.
2027. Let that sink in. That's an 18-month delay at a minimum. So I asked Hodgson, how does you get a project get this far behind? I mean, and of course, the project started before the pandemic, so we had to work through that, obviously. There was a concrete workers strike, probably not a big deal to this, bad weather off and on. Yeah, you can expect some push in the calendar. But her simple answer was this.
We're seeing that, we've missed some key milestones, and the progression of that construction is just not going as quickly as we thought it would.
And where does she put the blame? Directly on the contractor. In fact, WashDOT is in active litigation against the contractor for missing the construction deadline. The litigation actually began behind closed doors and behind, kind of a curtain back in 2023 as it became clear to insiders that the project was falling behind. It wasn't made public until yesterday. Now, Hodgson wouldn't discuss the ins and outs of the legal filings, only saying that the goal is to see all the contractual obligations are met and the public interest, including financial accountability, is protected. Contractor also asking for millions of more dollars from WashDOT because of change orders and things like that. WashDOT is fighting that in court as well. Now, with delays, especially ones as large as this, we usually see the budget balloon. Contractor bid for the project, $705 million. Hodgson isn't sure just how much this will impact the bottom line.
We're right in the midst of looking at our traffic and revenue projections and updates from looking at that summer 2027. I don't have clear data right now to share, but once we do have additional information, we'll be able to share that as well.
So over time and certainly over budget, we just don't know how much. And what's odd about this, but it happens quite frequently in the contracting industry, especially on mega projects like this, WashDOT is still working with the same contractor to see if they can speed up the timeline. They're in the same office building, yet at the same time, their lawyers are arguing over dollars and cents here. Hodgson does have a message for all those East Side drivers.
We do know that this is probably disappointing to our folks that have been driving through that construction, and everybody's anxious for this project to get done.
Again, not scheduled to be finished until summer 2027. When this project is done, though, we will have express lanes that go all the way from Linwood down into Auburn. all connected.
So I guess your best advice for now is to pack your patience.
Oh, dear Lord. No, at this point, it would be find a good lawyer and make sure it's better than theirs so the taxpayers don't get put on the hook for what is going to be probably some very significant cost overruns on this. And of course, we don't get the money for time lost as well. I mean, we were supposed to be having that this year, but it's not going to happen. This is going to end ugly. I'm feeling Bertha in the back of my mind for those of you that have been here, if you remember things like that.
Remember Bertha. By the way, I'm headed to your desk to steal something from it now for saying that. Okay?
All right. Sully will be back next with a look at the morning commute.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What a morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO Newsradio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO Newsradio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
8:43, Chris Sullivan is checking traffic on the 3s.
And we have pushed through our peaks of the morning, and I think we're going to make it. Our travel times are coming down. Our chunks of red on the map are getting smaller. If you're on the Valley Freeway, of course, even we're down to just one lane through Pacific. That's going to leave an impact even when it's lighter than normal. We still have about a 15-minute delay through the area. But overall, it's about 45 minutes to go from Puyallup to Renton. After you're through that by Ellingson, you're going to be cruising all the way up to Renton. And Renton to Bellevue back under a half an hour, so that's great. Most of Pierce County has cleared out nicely, and you don't hit the brakes on northbound I-5 really in any significant way until you're up at the north end of Boeing Field. Overall, we've got about a 35-minute trip from South Center and about 50 all the way from Federal Way, maybe a little under. Coming down from the north end, a nice easy drive all the way down from Everett. On I-5, there really are just some small hesitation spots. That's it. Under 40 minutes on the drive there. Got about 45 from Everett to Bellevue. We have some late braking south of Kirkland, approaching 520, but nothing too bad. Across the lake, we're nice and easy. This report brought to you by Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees in Tacoma. Trees that twinkle. Santa smiles and the stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend, only in Tacoma. Details, festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
Well, here comes the rain. We'll see occasional light rain for the afternoon hours. Not a total washout. 46 the high. We are going to see snow in the mountains, though. Overnight low around 40. Tomorrow, showers late in the day and 50. And then Thursday for your Thanksgiving holiday, showers throughout the day and 51. Right now in Seattle, it's cloudy and 44.
8:45 now. Eddie Murphy revealed 3 blockbuster movies he regrets turning down. Here's KIRO Newsradio's Katrina Gishard.
We all know the Coming to America actor has plenty of box office hits under his belt, but in a recent interview with the Associated Press, he mentions the 3 that he regrets saying no to. But he did say he had really good reasons.
Ghostbusters, I was supposed to do Ghostbusters and didn't do that. In Rush Hour. Oh, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Those are my big 3. With Ghostbusters, I did Beverly Hills Cop instead. So that was like it was do this or that. So it worked out cool.
I think that's pretty fair. I was really surprised to hear about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. That would be a completely
Would
different
he have played
movie.
the Bob Hoskins character in that, or the bad guy?
The Christopher Lloyd character.
Yeah. Interesting.
Something Doom. All right. Thank you, Katrina.
Thanks, guys.
Interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Okay, 8:46 now on Seattle's Morning News. Leland Vittert from News Nation joins us next.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with 0 investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, available now wherever you listen.
Seattle's Morning News. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime. Seattle's Morning News, wherever you are.
time for our weekly conversation with News Nation's Leland Vittert, who hosts On Balance weeknights at 6 o'clock our time.
And he joins us live this morning. Hey, good morning, Leland. Thanks for being here. We have some breaking news this morning. U.S. officials say Ukraine has agreed to a deal with Russia. Is peace at hand?
Well, it is possible that peace is at hand. I tend to be very skeptical about peace, especially when you're dealing with Vladimir Putin and how many peace plans he has agreed to and broken. And far from him agreeing to this, it appears as though even the Ukrainians have not fully agreed to it, because now there's reports that Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, says we have lots to work out. So I would not quite put the champagne on ice yet.
You covered Ukraine extensively when you were a foreign correspondent, Leland, and you call Putin a psychopath. Explain your reasoning.
Well, I don't know if he's a psychopath as much as he's a sociopath, right? In that he enjoys the suffering of others and has absolutely no regard for the suffering and killing of others. So there's a difference. My thought with Vladimir Putin is the best indicator of future performance is past behavior. And every time he has agreed to a deal in Ukraine, whether it was after I was there in 2014 or in 2017 or 2018 with Minsk I and Minsk II, he used the time to rearm and then start another war with Ukraine, restart the war. So the question is, how would we know that this peace deal is actually a peace deal and not a pause? And the only way to know that would be is if there is enough of a penalty inflicted on Putin that he realizes that it's not worth doing this again. And so far, it doesn't seem as though the agreement that Trump and Rubio are talking about does that.
Leland, you talked about the Jim Comey case on your show last night. You had Bill O'Reilly on. What's your take on him and Tish James having their federal charges dismissed?
Well, to me, it makes sense that the system worked, right? Lawfare, using the DOJ to go after your political opponents is un-American. It was un-American when Letitia James did it. It was un-American when Alvin Bragg did it. It was un-American when the Biden DOJ did it to Donald Trump and Republicans. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I think it's sort of remarkable that the Trump DOJ has been so ham-handed in this that they're having cases thrown out on procedure, like just not following the way procedure is supposed to be done in the Department of Justice. That's pretty telling.
Let's turn to Venezuela. Is the president doing a good job explaining why we may be using military force there?
Well, it seems as though the administration wants to cover a regime change operation in the name of stopping narcoterrorism, which narcoterrorism is a difficult term to understand because whether or not someone is a terrorist or a narcotics trafficker are different things. But it allows them to use the authorization of military force as if the cartels were terrorist organizations rather than businesses and political organizations. Either way, I think the president is not explaining what he wants to do in Venezuela because he doesn't want to explain it. The ambiguity is something that is helpful to them.
So Melinda on the text line says she is reading the book for Leland. So I just sent a note to Leland telling him that Melinda was reading, and he says, amazing. Tell Melinda thank you.
That's how we work.
He wrote a book called Born Lucky, and Leland Vittert, just a great guy. Such a fascinating backstory he has about his autism diagnosis and his dad. So anyway, this is Seattle's Morning News, and we head over to Chris Sullivan for traffic.
And it is definitely way lighter than even I think I was expecting today. We're probably 20 minutes faster, 25 minutes faster on most of our commutes, which is great. And tomorrow will probably be even better until you get later on in the morning and people start actually heading out for their Thanksgiving. Looking at Federal Way to Seattle, you're not going to hit the brakes really in any significant way till you're up at the far end, north end of Boeing Field, back down to 45 minutes or less from Federal Way, with under 30 from South Center. Renton to Bellevue's back under a half an hour. Just have the Colonel right there to get through as you through the S-curves. Then the rest of the way on up is not bad. Behind that on the Valley Freeway, you don't hit the brakes at all from Auburn on up, and really it's just from Ellingson on up is really good because you have the lane restrictions in Pacific you have to get through. So if you're coming from Sumner, I get it. You're going to have 10 or 12 minutes worth of a delay, but after that you're going to cruise the rest of the way. Lake bridges are quiet. Olympia to Tacoma looks really good. Tacoma to Olympia, no problems that way either. Coming down from the north end, 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle. That's great. I'm thankful for that. 40 minutes from Everett into Bellevue. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
We're going to see some light rain by the end of the day. Snow in the mountains and 46 for today. A little breezy, too. Tomorrow looks like showers will be late in the day and high 50. And then on Thanksgiving, Thursday, as you enjoy your holiday with family and friends, 51 with some showers late in the day. Right now it's 44 in Seattle.
G and Ursula, how digital price tags in stores could pave the way for selective, personalized pricing, and why consumer advocates are sounding the alarm.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, "Well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky." But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. "We work hard," he said. "We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way." In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. "Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines, he told me. "This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service." Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope, included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Choosing a company to replace your windows and doors can be like throwing a dart blindfolded. With so many options, how do you hit the bullseye? Adrian here, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. We know it's a challenge, but our team is committed to guiding you with patience, knowledge, and professionalism. And that commitment is why you voted us Best in the Northwest for 2025. So thank you. To celebrate, we're offering an incredible 5-year, 0-interest financing plus 15% off until the end of the month. For quality, comfort, and peace of mind, visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
The markets and the economy will change, but you should always know what you can rely on from your financial advisor. I'm John Ramsire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Seattle. With deep planning and investment expertise, Baird's financial advisors have guided individuals and families through changing markets for more than 100 years. And in all that time, our guiding principle has never changed. Our clients come first, always. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Seattle.
Mitch here at Leathers, Washington's most exciting home furnishings resource. Leathers' tariff-free sale is going on now. Hundreds of pieces of gorgeous furniture will be sold at pre-tariff and below prices. Save hundreds to thousands of dollars. Over $1 million of inventory. In stock and ready for the holidays. 40 to 70% off on bedroom, living room, dining room, wood, fabric, and leather. These crazy tariffs are not going away, but these almost liquidation prices are. So don't putz around. Hurry into Leathers' tariff-free sale in Issaquah now.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.